Live from the Florence Center in Florence, South Carolina. It is time for a Friday night edition of Columbus River Dragons hockey. Hello, everybody. My name is Liam Gotimer. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you as your River Dragons embark on a 3-game week against the Pee Dee IceCats. The River Dragons come into this game with a record of 25, 13, 4, 3, and 1. The club is in 3rd place in the Continental Division. They won their last game. That was an overtime victory that I will take you all back to in just moments. While Pee Dee, they are 19-21, 4-1-0. They have 63 points. They are in 4th place in the Continental. Looking up at the River Dragons, they have lost their last 2 games. I mentioned that Columbus embarking on a 3-game week for Pee Dee. 4 games in 1 week. They faced the Athens Rock Lobsters on Wednesday night. Things did not go so well for the IceCats. They lost by multiple goals on the road at the Aikens Ford Arena. But enough about the opponent. Let's keep our focus on your River Dragons, who come into this game following a thrilling win in the extra session over the Monroe Moccasins. Let's take you back.
It's Ryan Galvin and Jared Christie at the center ice logo. The puck has been dropped. The River Dragons take possession. We are underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on tonight's game.
So here's Alex Storjahan. Tape to tape. Tyler Barrow, a slap shot to open the scoring. Masternak patted it to the far corner, which is where Barrow wound up. So Lair Patakin, how about that dish from the wall? Moore will dangle and send a backhander off of the window. Moore to the blue. Jemaev to the left. Thornton missed the cage by not much. The puck in the middle. Babin slides over to his left. Kept in by Monroe. Out of the box and on to the kill comes Galvin. No kill, no more. Galvin takes the puck. It's of utter importance that the River Dragons score the first one tonight. Will it come here? Masternak smothers the puck despite not handling the shot from Brody Thornton all that cleanly. So Doherty will work in. He waits for his teammates to get onside. Hunter will pick it up. He shoots. Save made.
Man.
That was a juicy rebound. Off of the gear of Masternak. Here's Underwood with a bid, and Masternak stops it. And somehow he gets his glove to the puck despite
What is it?
the River Dragons swarming the crease. Turnover. Hunter, the tap. Moore, can he finish it off? Masternak. Masterful in the net.
The forward out of Texas goes for Barrow. Turning and shooting is Storjahan. Save made rebound, and oh my goodness, Masternak. That his best save of the opening 8:40 of the hockey game, and he's made quite a few good ones.
Surveys the scene. Inside of the left circle, here's Thornton with a shot. Masternak makes the glove save, and then the rebound was loose for the 3rd or 4th time already in the first $1.17 of this power play. Hagen Moe, who scored in the 3rd period last night, right circle with a leg up. A shot from Kyler Matthews, and he is going to pay the price after the whistle. And Kirk Underwood at the back. Barrow, left dot, he scores!
That's how you answer it. That's exactly how you answer it. You come right back with a power play goal and you tie things up.
'34th goal of the season for Tyler Barrow. He's now got a 14-game point streak.
Well, the steal one from Deportes. That power play unit is in fuego.
You win the face-off. There's Wickline at the left dot for those of you watching on YouTube Live. He'll set up a teammate. That's Jamie Dorsey, who wears number 18, cutting to the cage. Wickline ahead. Barrow for his 2nd. He scores!
I'll tell you what, that wasn't exactly the way it worked. He wanted it to work out, but it worked out anyways. As the puck rolls by Masternak, he's able to just tap it into the open net, and it's a 2-1 lead. Look at this, with 1:56 remaining in the first period. How about the worm turning here?
You can't stop him. Tyler Barrow. Barrow, 35 goals.
His second tonight.
You know, I had loosely coordinated that. I said come up at any time as they score! Cody Wickline!
Well, just a puck kind of just dangling there in the slot, and he's able to put it by Masternak, and that is a 2-goal lead for Columbus, 3-1.
Gerstein hauled down. Now Columbus on the rush. It's Wickline with Jemayeff and Barrow. Wickline already with a goal in this period. They do not score. My goodness, Masternak dove over just in the nick of time.
Right across the goal line it went.
Scantlebury on the power play. Fornaris straight on. Here's Turner. They score. Unbelievable. Tucker Scantlebury tips it in 7 seconds into the power play. Here's Liarakos, number 19, trailer Fornaris. Right on. They score.
That floated right in. I don't know if that was deflected out in front or not.
This is a clean zone entry for Christie and the Moccasins.
Off
Babin off of the mask. Another chance coming, and Babin the dive.
That was masked.
He sheds his lid
Gotta
as he
blow it.
stonewalled Liarakos. Hunter shoots, missed.
Dorsey had got back. Possession to the Dragons. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the third. He's on hat trick watch. On top of that, Storjahan, left circle. That was a difficult area to release a shot from.
Yeah, too many guys just bunched up all in the slot there.
Match him. Now get his way to center. He'll ladle it into the offensive zone. Brody Thornton back on it. Here's number 65, and he turns it over. It's Fornaris, and a 5-hole save by Babin. That one much needed. And Brody Thornton handles Carlos Fornaris with a plum. Wickline and Barrow off to the races. Wickline shoots, he hit the iron.
Oh, boy.
He went blocker side on Masternak, beat him clean, but not his best friend. Doherty will get it to his own blue line, and Galvin will ladle it off of the boards and chase after it.
Boy, did he take a hit in the corner.
And Rasmus Asp wants a piece of Ben Stefanini. Now a River Dragon goes down, and
That's payback.
a twig in the midsection.
I don't think we're going to get any calls either.
And Doherty giving him,
The flop. He's still mad at the flop.
oh, he should win an Oscar for that performance.
And after all that was said, nobody decided to get the puck. They finally said, hey, we need a puck to play this game.
And now Scantlebury
Yeah, they're just
saying, you slashed me, then Ballant comes over and slashes his own teammate in the knee.
Knock it off.
You don't see that every day.
Nope.
Wickline with 2:25 left. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time. Fornaris will wheel behind the Moccasin net. He's got a man right wing side. It is Christie, and Babin with the blocker. Underwood skates so well atop the offensive zone. Barrow with 2 goals tonight. He'll turn and shoot. Nobody knows where the puck is. The Moccasins skate from left to right. The River Dragons from right to left. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on overtime. Ryan Hunter with a step to win the hockey game.
Hey, he went
Masternak
5-hole.
closes the pads. Now a 2-on-2 rush. Gerstein dips around the net. He falls down as he was watched by Patakin. Shooting is Matthews. Gerstein was hovering to the front of the net
He had a chance for a deflection.
in pursuit of a tip.
Patakin up the ice. Give and go with Hunter. Man, Christie just got back. Breakaway, Kyler Matthews for the win.
Wow.
Misses the net. 2-on-1, Kyle Moore and Tyler Barrow. Moore went across for Barrow, but he stuffs it home!
Well, an overtime win here. You can't beat that.
Kyle Moore, the overtime game-winning goal! River Dragons 4, Monroe 3 in overtime.
Well, I'll tell you, this is a great win to get after last night, what you went through, coming back tonight. Went down early, got a lead, gave it up, got it back in overtime, and you proved to yourself that you can beat a team on your home ice, a team you have been unsuccessful in 3.
Back here in Florence, Liam Gotimer here with you, your play-by-play broadcaster. We're not too far away from Puck Drop, the first of 3 meetings between your River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats on the road here in Florence, South Carolina. You all just watched the highlights from the River Dragons' last game, which was a 4-3 overtime win. That's not me shaking the camera, I promise. A 4-3 overtime win on home ice against the Monroe Moccasins. Let's talk about how that game developed. The River Dragons outscored Monroe 2-1 in the first period, and both goals went to the same player for Columbus, Tyler Barrow. It was actually a period full of number 8s finding the back of the net. Barrow twice for the River Dragons, Hagen Moe, number 8 on the other side for Monroe. In the second, Monroe would answer with a period exactly like the River Dragons had in the first. The visitors outscored the home side 2-1 in the second, which means we were tied 3-3 entering the third. The final frame would answer absolutely nothing. The extra session, however, would. Kyle Moore would find the back of the net, the overtime game-winning goal. He attempted an unselfish feed across for Tyler Barrow to achieve a hat trick, but it was Moore who slammed it in right at the far post, past the goaltender Tyler Masternak for Kyle Moore. That was his 16th goal of the season, none bigger than that one, giving Columbus their first win of the year over Monroe. We're going to send it to our first commercial break of the night. Then when we come back, hear from the head coach, Jerome Boom Boom Bichard, on his thoughts from the River Dragons' most recent performance.
The difference with Beam isn't just speed, it's service that you can count on. And when you call, you'll reach real people who live right here. And when you connect, you'll feel the reliability that makes Beam stand out. Now, whether it's working from home, streaming your favorites, or keeping up with everyday life, Beam keeps it all running smoothly. And right now, get our 1 gig plan for just $60 a month for your first 3 months. Fast, dependable, and local. Beam Broadband, connection you can count on.
An orthopedic injury doesn't mean you have to spend hours in the ER. Houston Urgent Ortho now offers orthopedic urgent care 6 days a week. At Houston Urgent Ortho, see an orthopedic specialist for your fracture, sprain, strain, or pain. Everything you need for your orthopedic injury is here, because orthopedics is all we do. Go straight to the specialist. Go to Houston Urgent Ortho.
You're not the only one.
Saturday night, what did you see?
Yeah, you know what? After the Friday night game, I knew we were going to come out a little, quite a bit stronger, and I thought for the most part we played pretty well. Took a little bit more than I anticipated, just because I knew Monroe was shorthanded. They were 5D and 8 forwards type thing. So, you know, they weren't doing a whole lot more than just trapping all game. And, you know, it took us a little bit, probably till the third period, to figure out that we cannot walk through 5 guys in the neutral zone, that we needed to kind of get the puck in deep and go to work kind of thing. And, you know, by the time we figured it out, we, you know, didn't create a whole offense type thing. But for a fan, like, I mean, I don't think you can get any a better outcome and a better entertaining game.
You talk about the trap and how you were able to break through it in the third period. What things were you able to do that led to that success and that ultimate breakthrough?
Well, again, it kind of goes back to our confidence and somewhat arrogance. You know, you get through one guy, but there's a second and a third guy, and, you know, we just got to spread them out and get the puck in deep. And I was very vocal about that in the second period, and didn't seem to get a whole lot of results. And then I upped the message in between periods, and it seemed to get through. But at that point, it was almost like the game, it didn't matter what was going to happen, we weren't going to score, kind of thing. And I thought their goalie played fairly well and made some big saves to keep them in the game type thing to get it to overtime.
How do you avoid frustration from your group in a game where you're out shooting the opponent by a large margin and the game's still close?
Yeah, just kind of talk through it and, like, guys, nothing changes. Everything's the same way. Let's keep doing it. Keep doing what seems to work, and that's getting the puck in deep and going to work down there, knowing that they weren't really getting outside the dots in the offensive zone. So just trying to create offense a different way. You're not going to get your grade A's and all that stuff. So try to, you know, show them a different way to do things, if, you know, with shots, deflections, rebounds, and good bounces type thing. And when you're trapping and when you're not going outside the dots in the D zone, you know, again, it's that kind of, you know, move the puck in different ways and try to create that 2-on-1, or try to get that undisciplined player to, you know, pull out of the slot kind of areas to create plays or create shots. So, you know, all in all, I thought it was obviously we got a good outcome with the win, and it was probably a big boost for the boys.
4 games played against Monroe this season, 4 yet to come. Overall, how do you think your team matches up with one of the best in the division?
Well, if you look at our records, against them, I'm not happy with it. But I mean, again,
record aside.
Yeah, you know what I mean. You know, if you look at the games in totality, all 4, I mean, they really did not beat us. We beat ourselves in probably three of the games, or at least 2 of them for sure. You know, Friday night down by 4 in the first period, you can't give a first place team that much and expect to come back and win. And, you know, we made a little bit of a game of it. And then the 2 games down in Monroe, I thought, you know, we were short-staffed and, you know, under the weather and long travel and all that stuff. You can make every excuse in the world. You know, again, for the most part, we were in the game, as opposed to, and if you negate shooting yourselves in the foot with, you know, the goals that they scored, not because they created, more so because of our mistakes.
Sure. Taking on Pee Dee this weekend for 3 games. Again, a little bit unusual, having yourself a 3-game week, taking on a team on the road that's been playing some good hockey.
Yeah, you know what? I mean, we've seen them recently, and they've made some changes before the trade deadline. So you'll see some different players in there, and you know, again, don't shoot yourselves in the foot. Go execute. Go play. You know, buy our time. Again, be patient. Don't get frustrated with things. Don't go your way. Just keep doing what works, And if we go down there and play a nice road game, 3 nice road games, and simplify our game, we should be fine. I know it's that time of the year when the weather's starting to change. It's warm, it's humid, ice conditions are going to come into play. I'm pretty positive Florence's ice isn't going to be any better than ours, if it's not going to be worse. So, I mean, I know they've upgraded with some new lights and a new scoreboard and all the stuff that makes a nice presentation, but the ice isn't going to be any different than what it was before.
How do you manage that?
Simplify, less is more, get the puck to the net. With the ice being bad, don't overhandle it, don't overplay the puck type thing, and just play a little bit more direct.
We're a little ways away, but I'm curious. 3-game week, you've got 3 goaltenders on your roster. Are you planning on maybe giving Jacob a chance? Or?
Yeah, you know what? I think I haven't really put my mind to it, but yeah, I think Snellsy might get that 3rd game on Sunday and start with Babs and Royce and see how that goes, and then let the kid play maybe.
Just want to go back to Saturday night, 3-on-3 OT. Lair Patakin gets the start. Can you just take me through the thought process there? I thought he's been really good in his first couple of games as a River Dragon, but just...
Yeah, you're the coach. You just said it.
All right.
He's a big guy. He skates well, moves the puck, he defends, and you got 2 offensive guys with a good mindset as far as a big guy that skates well. Matched up against I don't know if it was the Marquez, the brothers there, and Wilson or whoever it was. I mean, you gotta probably have some guys, good skaters out there and type thing. So I think that was the biggest reason.
Mm-hmm. Pee Dee taking on Athens tonight. You're going to be tuned into that one?
Oh yeah, I forgot about that. Yeah, I will be watching it. I mean, again, that's 3 games in a row for those 3 guys. So hopefully they beat the crap out of them. And then really, if you think about it, that's going to be 4 games in 5 nights for Pee Dee. So we need to take advantage of that.
On that note, do you come into Friday night's game with a little bit more conviction, a little bit more edge, knowing that they've already played a game this week and they have 2 more after Friday?
Yeah, 3 games in 3 nights. The first one and the second one are pretty important. The 3rd one is kind of a crapshoot. If something good happens, your energy rises. Something bad happens, your energy falls, type thing. So, I think the first 2 games are pretty important for us.
It's time for your fun question of the day. The boys were asked about their biggest hockey influence throughout their life. Who was yours?
Well, there's a couple, I guess, when it comes down to it. One, I'd like to probably say my mom.
Okay.
She gave me the German side of her, and I'm pretty stubborn when it comes down to it, and I'll take a beating for my teammates to win. And then I would probably say Dwight McMillan was my first coach, in Adam and Pee Wee on travel teams. He treated us as 10 and 12-year-olds as grown men. Not sure if that was good or bad, but I think it was pretty good. And then probably the other one is a couple coaches. Probably Greg Quisley. He told me to tell my dad to buy some more land because he didn't think I was going to be good enough. So that motivated me quite a bit. And then Lauren Mulliken was another coach in junior type thing. Still great friends. And he was the type of guy that made his players want to run through a wall for the guy. So I'd like to say it wasn't just one person, it was probably 2 or 3.
Coach, thank you for your time and good luck tonight.
Back here in Florence, it is dark, but hockey will be played soon. Liam Gotimer back here with you. The on-ice show ongoing prior to the national anthem and subsequently puck drop here at the Florence Center in Florence, South Carolina. But before we get you all to puck drop, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody watching, be sure to scan the QR code on your screen if you're looking to upgrade your game day experience at home, because now's your chance. Enter for a shot at the ultimate TV prize pack featuring a 75-inch TV sponsored by our friends over at Beam, a team autographed hockey stick, and 4 prime tickets to a River Dragons regular season home game. And the best part, every ticket helps make a difference. All proceeds benefit Project Greenlight, supporting local foster children and at-risk families right here in our community. So grab your raffle tickets today, support a great cause, and you could walk away with a, quite literally, massive prize. But don't wait, the raffle closes on the 16th. And fans, the jersey off of the back tonight is none other than the Dark Knight, Trevor Babin. How would you like to take home a real piece of the auction? For just $10, you could win the game-worn jersey off of Trevor Babin's back. Head over to Dash right now to grab your tickets. You want better odds? Our $50 tier includes 5 bonus entries, giving you even more chances to win. Don't miss your shot at owning a one-of-a-kind piece of River Dragons history. Be sure to follow us on social media to see if you are the big winner. And remember, the raffle closes on the 16th. The IceCats getting introduced to their fans. Nobody wants to see that. Here are the lines for your River Dragons tonight. Tyler Barrow, Alex Storjahan, and Cody Wickline, the first line from left to right. The second unit, it's Ryan Hunter, number 88, Alexander Jemayev, number 71 in the middle, and Kyle Moore, number 15 on the right. The third line, Ben Stefanini, Ryan Galvin, and Scott Doherty. One extra forward, that is Skate Scaldi. Joel Texmo not in the River Dragons starting lineup tonight. On defense, Brody Thornton paired up with Justin Samaro. Mike Wynn, after getting injured late in Saturday night's game on home ice, he will not play tonight. Brody Thornton paired up with Justin Samaro. Once again, we've seen Samaro out of the lineup over the last couple of games. With the return of Wynn, now he's back. Nathan Balkwill paired up as always with the captain, Kirk Underwood. The final pair, Lair Patakin and Josh Colton. And in goal, it's Trevor Babin. The fire starter of the night and the best of the game coming your way after the national anthem.
Thank you. Fans, please remain standing. Gentlemen, remove your hats. We honor America with our national anthem, brought to you by Austin State Farm, and being performed tonight by Mackenzie Shelley.
Minutes on the clock, both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for the 9th time this season and for the first of 3 this weekend. Before the puck drops, ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the Pest of the Game, which as always is brought to you by our friends over at Cook's Pest Control. Who are you watching out for on the IceCats side of things? Well, that's Houston Wilson, who wears number 17. His team may have lost on Wednesday night, but Houston Wilson scored the second goal of the game for Pee Dee. He does a little bit of everything out there, and he was certainly effective the last time the IceCats faced off against the River Dragons, which of course was in Columbus, Georgia. On the other side, you know if we have a Pest of the Game, we must have a fire starter of the night, and it is Tyler Barrow. 91 points. He's the league leader in points and goals. What else can you say? He wears number 8. Simply put, he's the best player in the league. The River Dragons will skate from left to right. The IceCats from right to left. Columbus wearing their white uniforms while Pee Dee counters with their black sweaters. At the center ice logo, it's Ryan Galvin and Dennis Sidchick. The puck is dropped. The IceCats take possession. We are officially underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on tonight's game. The River Dragons will open up with Lair Patakin on defense. Paired up with Josh Colton as a chance incoming. Blocked right down in front of Trevor Babin, and we have a stop 17 seconds in. Of course, I mentioned that Mike Wynn, who injured himself in the River Dragons' last game, did not make the trip, although a little bit less serious of an injury than initially thought by me, at least. So hopefully we'll see Mike Wynn back in the River Dragons starting lineup soon. But for tonight, Josh Colton now paired up with Lair Patakin, number 5 and number 36. Up front, it's Ryan Galvin. He takes the face-off with Scott Doherty and Ben Stefanini. Doherty brings his man down. That's Vadim Frolov off of the face-off. But a takeaway by Pee Dee and a one-timer. Stopped by the lower leg of Trevor Babin. You have to watch out for the combination of Frolov and Alexander Laikov, but they're not on the ice as a 3-man unit to start off the game as Babin makes a save. The pass goes across, and Stefanini does well to clean it up. Apologies for the penalty on the board there. We are skating at even strength. As Doherty from the mid-slot, he could not feather it through a few sticks, so McGill Diaz will whack it into Columbus ice. The River Dragons in their last game, 4-3 winners in the extra session over the Monroe Moccasins. Their first win over Monroe this year. As getting a touch for the first time, the goaltender for Pee Dee, that's Brendan Colgan. Behind the net, Cody Whitcomb. He'll come out from behind the net. Underwood cannot keep it in, so we have a delayed offsides. $1:25 into the game. The first period of River Dragons hockey is proudly brought to you by our friends over at Chick-fil-A in Midland. As Dominic Marcinkiewicz, number 11, he loses the puck. Nathan Balkwill, number 18, he'll move it along on the backhand only as far as center. So Laikov on the rush. Nobody between number 13 and Trevor Babin, who made a sensational save inside of the opening 2 minutes of the contest. It's interesting to see Pee Dee coming out hot and heavy after already playing this week. They played on Wednesday night. They lost 7-3. As Dominic Delisavito leaves the puck behind in the low slot. That's a defenseman inside of the offensive zone, which means the River Dragons may have a chance, and it's Barrow. Colgan closes the pads on him. The fire starter of the night with a grade A+ look at the net already. Here's Kyle Moore. He was the overtime hero on Saturday night. Colgan able to stop that one through traffic. A stretch feed. Here's Noah Robinson, number 14. Robinson, only 1 point through 7 games with Pee Dee after coming over in a trade. That 1 point, though, a goal against the River Dragons and Trevor Babin. Here's Kyle Moore, number 15. Moore far wing. He'll move it in. Pressure applied to number 6. That's Xavier Abdallah. One of the new faces on the back end for Pee Dee. Justin Samaro loses his stick, so he will skate to the bench, grab a new twig. Meanwhile, Abdallah on the rush. He'll wind up in the corner. Here's Nick Gullo, once a member of the River Dragons. He coughs it up. It's airlifted out by the River Dragons. not iced, so Colgan forced out of his net. A special thank you to everybody tuning into tonight's game on YouTube Live and Sportfeed. As Zajic, a drop pass. Patrick Smarcinkiewicz. No way, said Ryan Galvin. How about Ryan Galvin, the centerman, always coming back, making sure that his end is covered. Here's the shifty Patrick Smarcinkiewicz. That could have been offside. The River Dragon bench animated about that one, but it will not turn into a scoring chance for the IceCats. It does, however, turn into an icing on Columbus. Of course, I mentioned this, the 9th meeting of the season between these two teams. Columbus opened up the 2025-26 campaign right here in Florence. A 3-2 shootout win. Matt Stoya was the hero of that game as a headhunter misses the stick side of Babbitt. Columbus would lose the next night 7-5. Then the River Dragons would host the IceCats for their home opener, where Columbus was able to skate away with both games as Colgan makes a glove save. It's been a season series that has been controlled by the River Dragons in the early portions, but recently it's been the IceCats who have taken the upper hand. Of course, they defeated Columbus on February 20th, 5-3. That game at the Civic Center. Then the next night, Military Appreciation Night, an overtime win. Here's Doherty atop the zone. Scaldi will keep it moving. River Dragons without Joel Texmo tonight as Patekin pinches up. That will allow Razulov to move up into space. Houston Wilson to the left, save, rebound! Oh my goodness, did Babin get a piece of that with his stick? No goal for the IceCats on that shift. But they come right back into the offensive zone. Nice job by Colton to shove his man. That was Houston Wilson, the pest of the game, into the far corner boards. Columbus will not ice it. Colgan calling for an icing. Probably should have been one. River Dragons will take it. These two teams facing off tomorrow night, same place, same time, then Sunday afternoon as well as a one-timer from Robinson. Babin makes the stop. Trevor Babin for the River Dragons, 12-4-3, 2.88 goals against average, and a .912 save percentage. He's won 7 out of his last 8 starts in the crease for Columbus. His last start came on Saturday night. He got the win. 21 saves on 24 shots. The puck in front of his goaltending counterpart tonight, though, that's Brendan Colgan, the former River Dragon. Colgan, his last start came, well, in Columbus on Military Appreciation Night. He was solid, 29 for 32. As Barrow will dip in. The puck left behind, kept in at the line by Kirk Underwood, who got it to the backboards. Barrow's pass picked off by Patrick Smarcinkiewicz. Those two going back and forth in terms of the league lead in goals. Barrow tied for the league lead in goals tonight with 35. Not knotted up with Patrick Smarcinkiewicz, though. Tied with CJ Stubbs, who has been in the vicinity of the top end of goal scorers and point producers all year long for the Binghamton Black Bears. So from behind the net, Balkwill for Alexander Jemayev. A quick note on Alexander Jemayev. Best plus minus on the team. Does it all out there, and inside of his own end, it's his line mate, Kyle Moore, who will feather it out to center. Jemayev, high slot, it's blocked. That was Jacob Hamilton, number 2, who had gotten away. Jemayev, though, right there in the same spot to control it on the backhand. His feet across the ice does not find Hunter, so on the offensive, the IceCats, Patrick Smarcinkiewicz. His dangle around Brody Thornton unsuccessful, but Patrick takes it right back. He shoots, he scores! My goodness, what a goal. It's 1-0 Pee Dee, 7:18 into the game. That's how dangerous Patrick Marcinkiewicz is. You think the opposition has no space? Well, Patrick Marcinkiewicz can create space where there seemingly is none. It's 1-0 IceCats. They draw first blood. How will the River Dragons respond? That's now 35 this season, as you heard from the PA announcer here in Florence. That means Patrick Marcinkiewicz, CJ Stubbs, and Tyler Barrow all tied with 35 goals, as Ryan Galvin will fling a drive into the midsection of Brendan Colgan. Immediate timeout. I'll be back in 60 seconds right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks. You forgot popcorn. Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom? Coach, can families run that play too? Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons.
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, March 27th and Saturday, March 28th, as the club takes on the Monroe Moccasins. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday, where we wear red, remembering everyone deployed. Then on Saturday, the puck drops at 7:05 p.m. with the atmosphere expected to be electric. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office now or by visiting ourdragons.com. He shoots.
A warm welcome back to Florence. My name is Liam Gotimer. I am your proud play-by-play broadcaster. The score is 1-0 IceCats. The goal, it came at 7:14 off of the stick of Patrick Marcinkiewicz, assisted by just one player, that Dennis Zaitchik. For everybody tuning in to this River Dragons game on YouTube Live, let me know in the chat, where are you tuning in from? I'd love to know. Ryan Galvin says, well, what did I do? Why did you kick me out? I'm sure the linesman had a perfectly reasonable explanation. It's interesting, though, to be so close to the River Dragons offensive zone. I can hear a lot of what the players are saying, which is unique. It's Houston Wilson, left wing side. Where's number 17? He is the pest of the game, which is brought to you by our friends over at Cook's Pest Control. He gets to his own puck up along the right wing half boards. Now straight on, he'll dish it back. Razulov to the middle. Dominic Marcinkiewicz has it poked off of his twig, but Laikov there in support. Alexander Laikov, the big-bodied Russian. He's watched closely by Galvin. Here's a one-timer. Dominic Marcinkiewicz. Denied by Trevor Babin. He got his glove in the way. Backing up Trevor Babin tonight, that is Jacob Stomberg. Tyler Roy will get the start tomorrow night. And then Sunday, to be determined, according to head coach Bishard. Here's a face-off win, Noah Robinson, with a chance to let it rip. Not if Lair Patakin had anything to say about it. So Colgan out of his net. Will he turn it over? Yes, Josh Colton, a slapper. Misses the net, well wide. Robinson stood right up by Patakin. Man, nowhere to go for Noah Robinson. Of course, Lair Patakin's been impressive in his early River Dragon career. Paired up with Josh Colton tonight. He had been playing with Brody Thornton, number 65. But Justin Samaro comes back in with Mike Wynn day-to-day. The IceCats with some trouble inside of their own end. Abdullah will try to do it all himself, which he does. Here's Patrick Marcinkiewicz with a step on Colton, and Babin makes a standing glove save. It's still loose at the side of the net. Marcinkiewicz sends it off with a crossbar, I believe. Columbus able to get a partial line change, but Zaitchik left circle. He's on the outer edges of it. Behind the net to the slot. Babin got his blocker up and in the way. It's been an onslaught early, though. The home side out shooting the visitors 8-2, make it 9-2. As Patrick Marcinkiewicz, the goal scorer, whipped it into the midsection of Babin. Here's Miguel Diaz, the captain. That's blocked. Miguel Diaz again. He has Moore behind him. He'll dish it down the wall. Zajac chases. Moore will flip, take a hit, but he'll get it out without icing the puck. That's a big-time veteran play there from number 15. Laikov coughs it up. This might be a chance for the River Dragons and Jemayev. Jemayev left wing side. He is crunched up. Kyle Moore joins the party. Here's Jacob Hamilton. He and Abdella, the new faces on the IceCat blue line, as Laikov will shift to the left. Babin, a lower body stop. Remember, all these saves from Trevor Babin inside of the opening 15 minutes of the game. It's 1-0 IceCats. So Houston Wilson, his pass from the corner to the slot, closed off. He's still got it. He'll try to feather a pass through, but it splits everybody. Colgan way out of his net, aggressive. He'll go tape to tape with Dominic Marcinkiewicz going skate to stick as Laikov around the net with it. He's centered, and it's intercepted by Scaldi. So Scaldi hard in on the puck. Doherty joins him. How about that play, though, from Della Savita? He'll take a hit from Scaldi, send it up the boards, only as far as Samaro, who keeps it in. Scaldi near corner. Here's Razulov to the blue. Standing up right at the top is Samaro again. It bleeds to neutral, but dumped right back in behind Colgan by the River Dragons, who have had a much better last couple of minutes after Pee Dee had taken it to them in recent moments. There's 8:12 left to go here in the first period. Columbus with only 2 shots. So Samaro, the stretch. Here's Galvin. He'll twist. Pressed up to the boards. Barrow hovering. It's his opposite number, though, and Zajac, who will scoop it. The puck behind Brendan Colgan. 7-13-3, a 4.69 goals against average, and an .878 save percentage with Watertown prior to the trade. After the trade, 3-1-0, 2.23 goals against average, and a .937 save percentage. Here's an icing. That'll be on Columbus. It also indicates our second of 3 media timeouts. The score is 1-0 Pee Dee.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Seven minutes, 27 seconds left to play here in the opening frame of hockey tonight. My name is Liam Gotimer. As always, it's an absolute pleasure to be here alongside all of you. Columbus in the same building they opened the season. They were winners that night. This evening, though, they trail 1-0 on an early goal from Patrick Marcinkiewicz. No power plays on either side. Here's a chance and a shot off of the crossbar from Frolov. That sound screamed around the building. Here's Colton, the trailer. Storjahan. There was a body in the way. Patakin will send it down the wall. He'll glove the puck down in the same spot on the clearing attempt. It does come past Storjahan, but you have to like the aggressiveness of Liam Patakin. Standing his ground and not retreating. So Miguel Diaz outside of the red line. He will inadvertently send it up over the glass and into the scorer's table. Kirk Underwood on the ice for the River Dragons. I'd like to thank Tony Reese from WTVM for stopping by River Dragons practice earlier this week. He had a word with the captain. Be sure to tune in to WTVM programming for your chance to hear from Kirk. He had some wonderful words about the team, the upcoming playoff push, and most importantly, what it means to play in front of this community. So Balkwill thought he may have taken a penalty there as an IceCat had gotten held up in the neutral zone. But we play on. The whistle's being held here as we approach the 14-minute mark of the first. Here is Timur Razulov, a slapper. Gets redirected before getting to Babin, who was positionally sound. Balkwill will lift it. It's gloved to himself by Hunter. Denied at the blue line by Della Savita. And we saw when the River Dragons faced the IceCats in Columbus that Pee Dee did a nice job clogging up the neutral zone as there's a grade A look. That was Houston Wilson across the ice for Lykov as Jemayev slammed his man into the corner boards, and that's going to be a penalty on the River Dragons. Jemayev not too pleased. Columbus to the floor in the core penalty kill. The River Dragons in their last game took 3 penalties. They did surrender a power play goal in the second period to Hagen Moe. While the IceCats in their last game, they did strike on the power play. It was Dominic Smarson-Kevics. There's the numbers on your screen for everybody watching on YouTube Live. Columbus has been incredibly consistent on the penalty kill all season, 84%. While on the power play, Pee Dee above 20%, which is where you want to be, 22. 2 minutes for a board on Alexander Jemayev. So Nicholas Miguel Diaz, he's the captain and the quarterback of this power play. Noah Robinson on the first unit. The puck floats past the twig of Nicholas Miguel Diaz. And Tyler Barrow will send it out to center. Houston Wilson enters right wing side. He'll go behind the net. Samaro tries to slap it with conviction. Cannot get it past a pile of players. But now the puck does go all the way down. Colgan gets to it first. Tyler Barrow right in front of him. And Colgan will turn his back to Barrow and maneuver the biscuit for Houston Wilson, who will begin his approach. Miguel Diaz forced to back it up again, and perhaps a clean penalty kill, exactly what the River Dragons need to turn the tide in this hockey game. Stefanini aggressive onto Miguel Diaz, who has no option other than to pass it right on back for Dominic Smarson-Kevics. Frolov already with a crossbar in this period. Zajac, who assisted on the only goal of this period. Now Patrick Smarson-Kevics, who scored that goal. Atop the zone to his twin brother Dominic's. Back for Patrick's. Bottom of the circle to the slot. The one-timer completely and utterly whiffed on. There's a deflection onto Babin again by Zajic. Babin thinks about playing it, but will smother it up. The final media timeout of the first period coming your way. The River Dragons have 24 seconds of penalty kill time to take off the clock when we return.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage?
All day, every day.
Kind of the unsung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
.338 left to go here in the opening period of hockey. My name is Liam Gotimer. The score is 1-0 IceCats. In the penalty box for another 13 seconds, that's Alexander Jemayev. Columbus can win this draw, send it all the way down the ice. They should kill off the remainder of this power play. They do not win the faceoff though, so Lykov, 1T, save made by Babin. There was a player right in front of him. Don't know how much of that puck he saw necessarily. Dominic Marcinkiewicz takes a hit to make a play. Here's Lykov, he'll whip it, intercepted by Hunter. Ryan Hunter, no longer shorthanded. He leaves the puck behind, but how about that play? Inside of the defensive zone, excuse me, not no longer shorthanded. There's still 10 seconds left on the penalty. Now it comes off the board officially. My clock a little bit ahead of the clock here in Florence. It happens. We'll see if exactly what I said earlier comes to fruition. The ice may be tilted the other direction prior to the opponent's power play, but after the man advantage produces not much of anything. You gotta wonder if the River Dragons can take control of the final 3:20 of this first period. Balkwill will work back on it. He takes a check. Gullo will hustle to the spot, which is behind Babin. Balkwill has another chance at it, and he'll get it out. No icing as it doesn't come close to Brendan Colgan. So Abdello will dish over to the right. It's Charlie Bedard, wears number 9, and he is rocked by Scott Doherty. Gullo to the front. A smother from Babin. Houston Wilson will win the puck back for his team. Lykov rings it off of the iron. That's a crossbar and a post in this first period for Pee Dee. So Houston Wilson denied by Barrow. Off the high glass it goes. Storjahan after Bedard, but he moves it in time. Wilson will tap it back for his defense. Here's Wickline, near wall. Samaro looking for a tip. They score! Tyler Barrow says, I'll take that lead in goals right back. He's now got 36. No kicking motion, didn't go off his skate, went off his knee. So the River Dragons have even the score, and what did I say? What did I say, right? You kill off the power play. You increase the confidence of the group just a tad. A shot from Summerow, deflected in by the leading goal scorer in the entire FPHL, Tyler Barrow. Here's Drew Welsh, number 23. That's a save made by Babin. And remember all of those saves that Trevor Babin made in the opening 10 minutes of the game, when the IceCats were really coming hot and heavy offensively.
1 minute remaining.
Welsh has it back from behind the net to the middle, they score! Just like that, it's 2-1 Pee Dee. 54.6 seconds to play here in the first period. Benjamin Pizzamenti gets the goal, the former River Dragon. Pizzamenti was released by the River Dragons on waivers, picked up by the IceCats. I always thought Benjamin Pizzamenti was one heck of a player, and I wish him all of the best. Right there, he uses his big body to deflect that puck past his former teammate and Trevor Babin. It's funny, I was setting up the backdrop for, of course, our Coach's Corner interviews earlier today. And who came right through the doors and said, hello, go time? Benjamin Pizzamenti. We had a nice chat. Wish Ben nothing but the best throughout the remainder of his pro career. He was a good River Dragon, had a lot of exciting moments for the club in his short time on the Chattahoochee River. Here's another chance, perhaps. Babin whacks it out of trouble. Zajic coughs it up. That was a no-look pass that went right to Ryan Hunter. So pulling up is more. He'll feed it to the front. Hunter continued the center lane drive, which is what you're supposed to do, but the IceCats did well to gain body position on Hunter and make sure that pass from Kyle Moore was not dangerous. The period will end with the score 2-1 Pee Dee. The shot's on goal after 20, 13-3 IceCats. It's just a one-shot hockey game, though, ladies and gentlemen, and everybody watching. With that said, I'm going to send it to a commercial timeout. Then, when we return, I will recap the entire first period on the River Dragons Broadcast Network.
Vector Ply Corporation is a world-leading manufacturer of carbon, fiberglass, and Kevlar composite fabrics located in Phoenix City, Alabama. Our customers depend on us to produce iconic brands such as Malibu and Nautique boats, Cub Crafter airplanes, and the historic C8 mid-engine Corvette. Even the light poles surrounding the Columbus Civic Center were produced by a Vector Ply customer using Vector Ply fabrics. If you're looking for an exciting career with a growing manufacturer located right here in the Chattahoochee Valley, visit our website, VectorPly.com, to learn more about Vector Ply and our opportunities.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Dude, it's pickleball.
Sorry, force a habit. That was out.
That was the line.
No, it was out.
That was the line.
Ball doesn't lie. Ball doesn't lie, man.
Are we really about to fight at pickleball?
Respect the sport, man. All day. Good job, man.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
A warm welcome back to the Florence Center. Liam Gotimer, your play-by-play broadcaster, back here with you. The score is 2-1 IceCats after 20 minutes of play. It was Pee Dee who scored the opening goal of the contest, which came at 7:14. Patrick Marcinkiewicz was trailing the league lead in goals by 1 entering play tonight. At 7:14, he would go into a 3-way tie with the River Dragons' Tyler Barrow and the former River Dragon CJ Stubbs. The only assist on the goal went to Dennis Zajic. Zajic fed the puck to Marcinkiewicz, but this was really Patrick Marcinkiewicz doing it all himself. He had danced around one, then another. Suddenly, he was in the low slot. The goal was 200 feet away from me, but from what I was able to see, I thought it may have beaten Babin down low, but nonetheless, the score 1-0 in favor of the home side. Remember, Pee Dee playing game 2 of 4 this week tonight. The River Dragons would then go to the Florence Decor penalty kill at 14:35. More than 7 minutes, actually, after Patrick Marcinkiewicz opened the scoring. It was Alexander Jemayev. That would, by the way, account for the only penalty of the period. Jemayev, a 2-minute minor for a board. He hit his man from behind into the boards. It was a 2-minute minor. Jemayev went to the box, and Columbus, as a result, to the Florence Decor penalty kill. The IceCats were not able to generate much of anything, despite really controlling the opening period at even strength. And I said in the moment, you can kill off this penalty, although things may not be going your way right now, that could give you enough juice to perhaps find the game-tying goal before the 20 minutes comes to a close. And, well, that's exactly what happened. Columbus tied the game at 18:24. It was Tyler Barrow, his 36th goal of the season, his 92nd point as he continues to chase down J-Mac for the all-time single season point lead for the River Dragons, 117 by the way. The goal was assisted by Justin Samaro and Cody Wickline. It was Wickline who had got it to the point, Samaro who took the shot. Barrow gained body position in front of the former Dragon, Brendan Colgan. It went off of Barrow's knee. No kicking motion to be discussed. The goal counted. The score 1-1. Once again, that tally coming at 18:24. Before the first period was out, however, it would be Benjamin Pizzamenti, the former River Dragon out of Iowa City, Iowa, just released by Columbus, picked up by their division rival in the aforementioned IceCats. And Benjamin Pizzamenti is such a smart player. He knows where to put himself in the offensive zone, the defensive zone, the neutral zone. He parked his 6'3" frame in front of Trevor Babin. and beat him low, just like Patrick Marcinkiewicz did at 7-14. So the IceCats took the lead for the second time in the first period, and that is how the opening stanza came to a close. The shots officially after 20 for the Pee Dee IceCats, 10 for the Columbus River Dragons, 4. The shots on goal leaders, Alexander Leitkov led the way for the home side with 3. Both he and Vadim Frolov struck iron in that opening period. And on the other side for Columbus, leading the charge, it's Scott Doherty, number 13, 2 shots on goal. Each with a shot as well, Tyler Barrow, who has the goal, and Kyle Moore, number 15. The goaltenders, Trevor Babin making his second straight start in between the pipes for Columbus. Remember, he earned the win last Saturday night against the Monroe Moccasins on home ice. A victory in the extra session for Trevor Babin. He made 14 saves on 16 shots in the opening period. Another stellar frame for Trevor Babin in the crease. On the other side, it's Brendan Colgan, the former Dragon. He's been lights out for the IceCats since joining his new team. In the first period, however, he did not see much. 3 saves on 4 shots. We're going to send it to a commercial timeout. Then when we come back, I will take you all on a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the Out-of-Town Scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin, and a look at the standings entering play today. Columbus coming awfully close to clinching a spot in the playoffs.
All right, here's the game plan. Tickets, food, drinks.
You forgot popcorn.
Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better, 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just $40. Boom!
Did somebody say boom? Coach, can families run that play too? Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, $40. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons!
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, March 27th and Saturday, March 28th, as the club takes on the Monroe Moccasins. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday, where we wear red, remembering everyone deployed. Then on Saturday, the puck drops at 7:05 p.m. with the atmosphere expected to be electric. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office now or by visiting ourdragons.com. He shoots and you score! Let's go, Dragons!
Back here at the Florence Center, Liam Gotimer, your play-by-play broadcaster, back here with you as the intermission continues to roll on. There's 8:05, by the way, left on the clock here in the first intermission. That's how long it'll be until the puck drops on the second. The River Dragons down 2-1 to the IceCats on the road this evening. We will kick off our drive in Binghamton, 0-0. The Prowlers and the Black Bears, the top 2 teams in the Empire. Elsewhere, the Hat-Tricks and the Watertown Wolves, 0-0, that game in the first period. Now let's get to some goal scoring. The Topeka Scarecrows and the Indiana Sentinels, that game being played in Columbus. No, not that Columbus. Columbus, Indiana. The score 1-0. The Scarecrows in front of the Sentinels. Here's a lopsided one. The Blue Ridge Bobcats on home ice against the Biloxi Breakers. 3-0. Blue Ridge. That game in the first period. Still. The Athens Rock Lobsters and the Twin City Thunderbirds. That game being played in Winston-Salem. It's the homecoming for Gus Ford. Still scoreless in the first period in that game. And outside of the River Dragons and the IceCats, one game yet to begin. That, the Monroe Moccasins and the Baton Rouge Zydeco. The puck drops at 8:05 Eastern Standard Time on the Bayou. The standings around the league are as follows. Athens, 98 points. Monroe with 93 points. The River Dragons still within striking distance of the two top teams in the division, but games in hand. Athens and Monroe have over Columbus. River Dragons in third, the IceCats in fourth, the Twin City Thunderbirds in fifth. In sixth, the Baton Rouge Zydeco, and in seventh, the Biloxi Breakers. The Empire, well, it's led by Binghamton, the Black Bears, 116 points in second. It's the team they're taking on tonight, the Port Huron Prowlers. In third, the club that already has a lead this evening over the Indiana Sentinels. It's the Topeka Scarecrows. You know who also has a lead? Well, the team behind Topeka, that's Blue Ridge. They're up 3-0 over Biloxi. In fifth, Danbury, the Hat-Tricks. In sixth, the Watertown Wolves. And in seventh, it's the Indiana Sentinels. And fans, if you missed it prior to the puck dropping on tonight's game, here are the lines for the River Dragons. So nice, why not show you twice? Tyler Barrow, as always, skating alongside Alex Storjahan and Cody Wickline. Ryan Hunter, Alexander Jemayev, and Kyle Moore, number 15. The third line is Ben Stefanini, Ryan Galvin, and Scott Doherty. The extra forward is Skate Scaldi. Before moving on to the defense, I would like to note that the River Dragons did trade Kevin Sabad over to the Blue Ridge Bobcats in exchange for the rights to defenseman Brandon Walker, previously with the Athens Rock Lobsters. Kevin, thank you so much for everything you brought to the Columbus community, to the team. We're going to miss you, my friend. Wishing you nothing but the best in Wytheville with the Bobcats. Kevin Sabad, once a River Dragon, always a River Dragon. On defense, Brody Thornton with Justin Samaro. Samaro slips back in tonight with Mike Wynn coming out. He is day-to-day. Nathan Balkwill paired up with Kirk Underwood, your captain, as always. And the final pair, Larry Patakin and Josh Colton. In between the pipes, it's the Dark Knight, Trevor Babin. Backed up by Jacob Snellenberg. Tyler Roy expected to get the start tomorrow. We've got just over 4 minutes remaining on the intermission clock here at the Florence Center, which means I have just enough time to show you all hits of the week. Enjoy. As the first bid toward the Monroe net is blocked off before getting to the cage. Tyler Masternak is the goaltender. Big hit into the corner as a moccasin.
He felt that one.
Certainly felt that one. That was Sam Turner, number 7. And whatever head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard said to his team in the locker room, worked. How about Roy?
Yeah.
With that denial.
Big hit there in the corner.
Columbus having their way with Monroe physically tonight. Masternak and Scaldi talking, and oh my! Skate Scaldi laying a beat down onto Ballant. Oh baby! Tyler Roy skating out to center ice. He goes to the bench. Masternak back into the crease.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
The Columbus River Dragons are back inside of the Lair on Friday, March 27th and Saturday, March 28th, as the club takes on the Monroe Moccasins. The puck drops at 7:35 p.m. on Friday, where we wear red, remembering everyone deployed. Then on Saturday, the puck drops at 7:05 p.m. with the atmosphere expected to be electric. Get your tickets at the Columbus Civic Center box office now or by visiting ourdragons.com. He shoots and you score. Let's go Dragons.
Let Shred Away, a division of the Overbee Company, take care of all your document shredding needs. We can design a custom shredding program for your business today. No need to purchase equipment, no maintenance expenses, no need to prepare records for destruction, increase employee productivity, increase security, no worry. Was it really destroyed? Right now, all new customers can receive 10% off. Shred Away, a division of the Overbee Company, locally owned and operated in downtown Columbus. That's Shred Away, 706-577-9668.
The IceCats making their way back out onto the ice for the second period. Columbus already out onto the sheet. Before the period begins, fans, are you looking to upgrade your game day experience at home? Well, now is your chance. Enter for a shot at the ultimate TV prize pack featuring a 75-inch TV sponsored by our friends over at Beam, a team autographed hockey stick, and 4 prime level tickets to a River Dragons regular season home game. And the best part, every ticket helps make a difference. All proceeds benefit Project Greenlight, supporting local foster children and at-risk families right here in our community. So grab your raffle ticket today, support a great cause, and you could walk away with quite literally a massive prize. But don't wait, the raffle closes on the 16th. Fans, he already has 12 saves in tonight's game. New Jersey off of the back is Trevor Babin, number 72. For just $10, you could win his sweater. Head over to the Dash right now to grab your tickets. Scan that QR code. If you want better odds, our $50 tier includes 5 bonus entries, giving you even more chances to win. Don't miss your shot at owning a one-of-a-kind piece of River Dragons history. Be sure to follow us on social media to see if you are the big winner. And remember, the raffle closes like the TV prize pack on the 16th. $20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for the second of 3 regulation periods of hockey tonight. The IceCats skate from left to right wearing their black uniforms as they did in the first period, while the River Dragons will skate from right to left wearing their white sweaters. Ryan Galvin against Dennis Zajic as it was in the first. The puck is dropped. We are underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the second. Columbus opens up with Josh Colton on defense, paired up with Lair Patakin, and Babin will stop play 16 seconds in. It's Patakin with Colton on defense, Doherty, Galvin, and Stefanini up front. False start on the faceoff, so Galvin and Zajic will do it again. Remember, Stefanini and Ryan Galvin played with one another in college alongside Tyler Barrow, number 8. Xavier Abdella, who wears number 6 for Pee Dee, he also played on that Wilkes team. Seems to have a little bit of a clock issue. Now it's sorted out. So Galvin comes right back into the dot. Defensive zone face-off. With the forward out of Atlanta, Georgia. He loses it. Patrick Marcinkiewicz, right point. A slapper trickles by Babin. The two teams skating at even strength. Patakin gets the first touch for the River Dragons here in this period. The IceCats control it in their own zone. Patrick Marcinkiewicz. He lost it to Scott Doherty, but Pee Dee takes it right back. This is Frolov. A takeaway by Galvin onto Hamilton, who had pinched up. Here's Doherty, right side. The puck bounces onto the twig of Stefanini, who will curl. One-timer Underwood and a lower body denial by Colgan. Barrow's got the puck now. One-timer Doherty. Didn't get all of it. Doherty to the blue. Underwood knocks down a rolling puck, getting his stick in the way for Pee Dee as the captain Miguel Diaz. And into the lower bowl, the biscuit goes. I don't know how much you can take from 64 seconds, but I take away that the River Dragons have much better results here in the second than they did in the first. I like their start. The puck booted ahead by Underwood, but Moved north on the counter by the IceCats. Here comes a look, and Babin dives and says to Dominic Marcinkiewicz, not today. Lightkoff high slot, and Babin makes the save right there too. Wow, the Dark Knight, I mean, simply stellar every single night, every single night. Left point, Della Savita could not handle the hop. Houston Wilson under pressure from Barrow. He'll turn back and speed up the right wing. Behind the net it goes. Babin does not have to make a save. Storjahan trying to whack it ahead, which he does. 2-on-1, Wickline and Barrow. Barrow shoots, save made by Colgan with the pad. Barrow bidding for 2 on that shot. Storjahan will set up another scoring chance. Here's Storjahan with Barrow. He shoots, save Colgan. I don't think Colgan was expecting that rip from Storjahan. He let it go from the high slot. Road games after tonight for the River Dragons. 2 with Pee Dee, 2 with Monroe. Let's see if this second line can carry the momentum that the first line generated just moments ago. Kyle Moore with the puck. He was the overtime hero on Saturday night. Scored the game-winning goal in front of a crowd north of 5,000 at the Civic Center. Tyler Barrow, who has the only goal for the River Dragons tonight, had 4 points for Columbus against Monroe in their winning effort. The faceoff comes right outside of the River Dragon blue line. It's Jemayev with Hunter and Moore. Samaro and Thornton on defense. Here come the IceCats and Noah Robinson. Blocked in front by Samaro, and he got his body in the way to deny the follow-up chance off of the stick of Nick Gullo. So Jemayev, right wing. He'll smack it off of the far boards. Behind the net it goes. Zajac with a lot under it. Will get it out into Columbus ice. But how about that play by Samaro to move it the other direction? Now Moore alongside Jemayev, and Hunter can go after the puck. Abdella a little bit too cute with it. So now he'll airlift it out to the neutral zone where Thornton stops it down. And he'll slide it down the wall. If you're just joining us, we are 3.5 minutes into the second period. The score is 2-1, Pee Dee. All 3 goals coming in the first. Patrick Marcinkiewicz weaves to the right, goes back door, and Babin with perhaps his best save of the season. That was unreal. This will be an icing on Pee Dee. Jazz Always is brought to you by our friends over at Air Force Heating, Air, and Plumbing. That was a 10-pel save by Trevor Babin. I mean, the reflex is shown by number 72 on that save. A sneak peek starting tomorrow night's game. I'll have a snippet of Chatting on the Chattahoochee featuring Trevor Babin to show you all during the intermission. But be sure to not go anywhere. Do not close YouTube tonight, especially not tomorrow if you want to hear from Babs. 2-on-1 rush here for Pee Dee. Frolov could not get it across. Lair Patakin made the defensive play. Here's McGill Diaz. Save made by Babin. That was the captain who had gotten to the right dot. Another chance. Marcinkiewicz went to the backhand. Galvin had his stick tied up. Pee Dee pressing though. McGill Diaz's shot misses the net. Doherty patient across the ice. Patakin will now work in alongside Galvin and Scaldi. Patrick Marcinkiewicz though will dance around one. Now stick handle, pirouette, left circle, he shoots, he missed. Wow, Patrick Marcinkiewicz. He is so shifty and so dangerous. You think you have him covered. But then, he has the puck in a high-scoring area. Before you know it. That's not just the River Dragons. That's every team in the FPHL that the IceCats have seen. There's an icing on Pee Dee. Or excuse me, this will be on Columbus. An immediate timeout. We'll be right back.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
.48 to play here in the middle frame. It's Liam Gotimer here with you. Alex Storjahan, who has a hat trick against the Pee Dee IceCats this season. He'll take the face-off. That hat trick coming on November the 29th. That was a 4-point game for Storge. He opposes Houston Wilson in the face-off dot. And up over the glass it goes. We'll have a face-off to come in the offensive zone of the River Dragons in just moments. The second period still looking for its first goal. Solid scoring chances for each side so far here in the middle frame as a shot from the right point, Babin swallows it up. No problem for number 72, who makes his 16th save of the game. 16 saves on 18 shots for Trevor Babin. While on the other side, Brendan Colgan, 6 for 7. No Divine Apollon for the IceCats tonight. Here's Cody Wickline over the blue line. Barrow taps it. Storjahan shoots. Tried to catch Colgan by surprise. Nearly did. But it's that line. They've established the offensive zone. And they've forced Pee Dee to ice the puck. My goodness, where was the icing there? I'm perplexed. Barrow will stop as he crosses in over the attacking line Underwood slaps it in from outside of the line. He had to wait for the remainder of his teammates to get onside. Columbus grabs a partial line change. Dominic Smarcinkiewicz for Lykov. He loses an edge. So this is Doherty with Galvin and Barrow. Doherty lost it. Dominic Smarcinkiewicz off the end boards. And into the neutral zone it goes. Dominic Smarcinkiewicz, high slot, right side, Lykov. Here's Babin, a glove save. He slid way out of the crease. Took a hug from Nick Golo in the process. Samaro says, get away from my goaltender. Each team executing discipline in the early stages of this game. False start on the face-off, so we'll do it again. It's Galvin and Golo. Only one penalty in this game. That was a minor for a board to Alexander Jemayev. The IceCats did not score on that power play. A fourth straight false start. Very seldom do you see that. At this point, just give possession to the IceCats behind their own net. Let's just play. Come on. Galvin wins the faceoff. All is right. Stefanini flubs the clearing attempt, but Galvin right there next to his old college teammate. Doherty will whip it across. Samaro ladles it behind the cage. Galvin walled right off by Razulov. So Samaro will skate back next to the PD bench. He'll move it up. Deflected in by Galvin, who will go on the chase after the puck. It bleeds out for Thornton, but Pizzamenti makes the defensive play inside of his own zone. Doherty playing a little bit of defense. Thornton left wing side with Galvin. Thornton shoots, blocker save. He gets to his own rebound. Behind the net, Thornton one-timer, Doherty, and Colgan close the pads. I'm not sure if that's exactly how that play developed or if head coach Bichard is changing something up. Saw Doherty on the back end and Brody Thornton move up front. I'd be intrigued by the speed of Brody Thornton as a forward. Just pointing that out there. Right now, we're 2 minutes and 26 seconds away from the midway point of the hockey game. The head coach is searching for the right formula. The two teams separated by one shot. Jemayev with Hunter and Kyle Moore, who's right behind him. And at the line, it's Colton and Patekin. Clean face-off win, right to Kyle Moore. He missed the net. Moore stops it down straight away. The puck bounces in the mid-slot away from both Hunter and Jemayev. All the way down it goes, but not enough on it for an icing. Instead, the River Dragons will ice it themselves. And the faceoff will come to the side of Babin. If you're just joining us, it was the IceCats who scored the first goal of the game. Came at 7:14 of the first, Patrick Smarcinkiewicz. An outstanding individual effort to give his team a 1-0 lead. Columbus tied the game on a goal from Tyler Barrow. But before the first period was complete, it was Benjamin Pizzamenti playing in his second game as an IceCat after being released by the River Dragons. He, the one that made it 2-1. As Babin kicks that Patrick Smarcinkiewicz bid to the side. Here's Nicholas McGill-Diaz. His shot goes right into the netting. Ryan Hunter for the River Dragons achieved his third hat trick of the season. on Friday night. He's on the ice for this faceoff that comes inside of the defensive zone. Lost by Jemayev, so Patrick Marcinkiewicz will shoot. Jemayev, though, despite losing the faceoff, was uber aggressive onto Patrick Marcinkiewicz. And what do you know? Nearly helped to produce a turnover from the IceCats, who just made the play inside of their own zone, and Miguel Diaz chips it home. So it's the captain and defenseman for Pee Dee that scores their third goal of the game on their 20th shot. You knew the next goal was going to be a big one, and the IceCats skating from left to right on the attack once more. Dominic Marcinkiewicz whiffed. He's got it on the outer edge of the near circle. He shoots. Babin with the pad. That was a big rebound, though. Wickline with Barrow and Underwood. Wickline gets to the puck. He braces for an oncoming Della Savita, who will press him into the backboards. Barrow joins his line mate Wickline. 4 players behind the net. Dominic Marcinkiewicz will squeeze it through traffic. Balkwill makes the defensive play inside of his own blue line to whack it out to the neutral zone. Storjahan all over Dominic Marcinkiewicz. He'll go in hard on the forecheck, create a turnover. Barrow from below the goal line. Here's Thornton letting it rip. It hit an IceCat before getting to Colgan. Give and go between Barrow and Storjahan. There's a slash. First penalty of the game to the IceCats. It comes at the 9:39 mark of the second period. It's 2 minutes for a hook. That is Timur Razulov, who is in the box. The River Dragons on the power play, 27%, tied with the Binghamton Black Bears for the most efficient man advantage in the entire league. Each club at 26.5% entering play tonight. Big face-off for Storjahan to win back. He does. Underwood, Barrow, goal line. Here's Hunter, right circle. Had trouble handling the hop. He'll one-handed behind the net. Here's Underwood straight on. Barrow left side, patient with the biscuit. He has trouble with the stick of Gullo, and now it's cleared out to center by Pee Dee. 25 seconds into the power play for Columbus, which as always is brought to you by our friends over at Publix. So Kyle Moore from behind, Trevor Babin. The forward out of Charlotte, North Carolina. Here is Barrow. Underwood will pick it up. He'll wiggle his way down the right wing. Hunter shoots. He hit the crossbar. Ryan Hunter beat Colgan, but not his best friend. Clearing attempt for the IceCats, unsuccessful. Storjahan stopped it down. Barrow, Hunter, saved by Colgan. 2 chances for Ryan Hunter in the opening buck 10 of this Publix power play. Keep him on the ice. Perhaps the 3rd time is the charm for number 88. He gets the pass from Storjahan. Will weave to the right. Storjahan will turn with the puck on his forehand. He'll go to the goal line for Kyle Moore. In front, Storjahan. Saved by Colgan. The puck's at the far post. Out of the zone it goes. The power play over in 25 seconds. Hunter speeds back on it. Wickline a give and go with Hunter, but it's taken by Dominic Marcinkiewicz, who will play some keep away. And on the backhand, he misses his twin brother. Colton's got it inside of his own territory, with 5 seconds of power play time to go. Doherty will look to just move it north. He'll dish back for Thornton instead, who will begin his approach. Jemayev bodies off Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Now we have, what do we have? Perhaps an offside? We definitely have a media timeout. The power play has come to a close. The River Dragons did not score. The IceCats remain ahead of Columbus by 2 goals.
Every day we're on the road, dedicated to servicing our community and neighbors. At Air Force Heating and Air, we're committed to your family's comfort all year round. Whether you need repairs, maintenance, or new system installation, the Air Force team is here for you, residential and commercial. Plus, we offer duct cleaning and sealant services, air quality and virus protection, and plumbing. Call Air Force Heating and Air today. Serving you is our top priority.
Oh my cheese. The new OM cheeseburger from Applebee's. We took our juicy all-beef patty, melty American cheese, crispy applewood smoked bacon, spicy honey mustard, and fries, and put it on a sizzling skillet of cheese. So push the cheese, pull the cheese, love the cheese. Too much cheese? Never. Applebee's new OM cheeseburger for $11.99, also on our 2 for $25 menu.
It's 3-1 Pee Dee. Liam Gotimer back here with you on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Still 8:09 left to play here in the second. The third goal of the game for Pee Dee came at 8:28 of the second. It was Nicholas McGill-Diaz, number 21, assisted by number 18, Vadim Frolov. Number 2, Jacob Hamilton. Columbus on the offensive. A couple of players go down. It'll be the IceCats from center on the attack. Ben Stefanini on the ice with Alexander Jemayev and Scott Doherty. So Jemayev will squeeze past one, the trailer, and Doherty. His shot blocked. A rip from the high slot, glove down. That was Welsh who took the shot. Now Doherty and Robinson. A shove or two results in both teams skating away. Be sure to stick around during the second intermission. I'll recap the hockey game up to this point. Take a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League for our out-of-town scoreboard, brought to you by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. And of course, saves of the week. There's a couple of dandies from that guy in the upper portion of your screen, Trevor Babin. The officials and the IceCats calling for Skate Scaldi to come back on the ice. The referees conferring, and Scaldi told to go back. Hunter takes the faceoff. He wins that one back. Slapper from the top of the zone. Does not get through to the back. River Dragons trail 2, the only goal of this period, to Nicholas McGill-Diaz after Pee Dee entered the frame up 2-1. The IceCats took a 1-0 lead, then Columbus tied it. Then they took a 2-1 lead, then they took a 3-1 lead. Houston Wilson gives it away to Kyle Moore. He'll dump it deep. Razulov, he gets too pretty with the puck. Columbus now has it. Both Ryan Hunter and Kyle Moore could not keep it in. So they'll turn back, get themselves onside, and go after a puck that Lair Patakin sends into IceCat territory. We have 6 minutes and 25 seconds left to go here in the second period. We have a stop. 2 minutes for a slash. Called on Columbus, I believe. Kyle Moore to the box. River Dragons will go to the floor in the court penalty kill. Pee Dee controls off the draw. This would be a great time for a shorthanded goal, let me tell you. Balkwell will clear. The IceCats 0 for 1 on the power play tonight. Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Down low, Dennis Zajic. Babin did not have the puck, and we have another penalty here. Or did the referee just blow play dead in a premature fashion? I thought I saw his arm go up. Nope, no penalty. Draw one back by Pee Dee again. Patrick Marcinkiewicz, right side. Here's leg call, one-timer. Dominic Marcinkiewicz completely missed the cage. Meanwhile, on the rush, shorthanded, it's Torjahan and Barrow. Why not try it? River Dragons scored their goal tonight off of Tyler Barrow's kneecap. An IceCat goes down, that's Frolov. I just think he lost an edge, which he did, despite quite a reaction from the crowd here at the Florence Center. Now Zajic goes down next to the Pee Dee bench. The crowd not happy about that either. Here's a dangle and a shot. Patrick Marcinkiewicz was looking for the highlight reel goal. Patrick's right wing corner, he'll come out from said corner. Dish it off for his twin brother Dominic's. Patrick's has it back now. Goal line leg call. He's watched by Samaro and Wickline with an active stick. Patrick Marcinkiewicz still prevents an odd man rush by standing his ground at the line. So Welsh will move it north. He'll wind up behind the net. Welsh wearing the number that Kyle Heitzner wore on Wednesday night. Heitzner put on season-ending IR. Dominic Marcinkiewicz, right dot to the net. Hunter inside of his own zone. We'll get it out to center. 5 seconds to go on the 4 in the core penalty kill. Here's his own entry for Patrick Marcinkiewicz. It's a 2-on-1. Welsh one-timer, and Babin said, get out of here with that one. 4:16 left to play in the second period. We will return to even strength hockey when we come back. Game 1 of 3 between the River Dragons and the IceCats this weekend. Tonight, the puck dropped at 7:15. Tomorrow, it will drop at 7:15. Sunday afternoon, 3:15. I, Liam Gotimer, will bring you all the coverage starting 30 minutes prior to puck drop on YouTube Live. The faceoff comes to the glove side of Trevor Babin. It's one back to the blue line, where a shot comes in off the stick of Jake Hamilton. Robinson winds up with it in the corner. Welsh being smudged up by Colton. Right now, the puck in the defensive zone for the River Dragons. Behind the net, Pizzamenti. He's shoved around by Colton. Robinson at the wall will keep it in. The extra whack from Jemayev unsuccessful. He'll continue to fight. Robinson comes away from the pack, and Babin made the save. Another chance incoming, and Babin stops that. Jamea finally will filter it over to the left for more. Colton eludes the pressure from Leikop. Here's Jemaev in over the line. He's got Hunter with him. That's turned over. Perhaps a breakaway for Houston Wilson. He cannot put it home, but the trailer does. Dominik Marcinkiewicz. Patrick's with a goal tonight. Dominik's with a goal tonight. That's 3 unanswered from the IceCats after the River Dragons tied the game 1-1. The shots on goal here in the second, 8-4. Columbus with 5 shots in the first, 4 shots in the second, getting outshot 24-9 at this point in time. Stick save by Colgan. Wilson had the breakaway. He tried to go backhand 5-hole on Babin, who had squeezed up the pads quite well. But the trailer in Marcinkiewicz was uncovered. That's going to be the easiest goal he'll score in his professional career. All he had to do was fill his lane, which he did. We'll see if Columbus is able to get one in the final 2:35 of the second. Underwood up the ice. Here's Stefanini. Outside of the red line, Galvin. He'll dump it in with force behind Colgan. One on 2 for Pee Dee. Babin makes the save on the shot. From Frolov. It's kept in, right point, Della Savita. Frolov, right circle. He'll dangle, fire, save, rebound. Babin made not 1, not 2, but 3. Sensational stops. He'll have to make another on the backhand, flung to the net. Babin got his blocker out, did not have to make a save. Underwood from the corner. Trying anything and everything to get it out. Galvin will just whack it off of the neutral zone boards adjacent to the Pee Dee bench. There's a penalty on Balkwill. Got his stick into the midsection of Zajac. Columbus will head to the Florent Decor penalty kill. Could really use a shorthanded goal here. Just 80 seconds left here in the second. The 4th goal for the IceCats comes at 17:01. Dominik Marcinkiewicz from Houston Wilson. That pest of the game. Here's Miguel Diaz, the captain and the quarterback of this power play, already with a goal in this period for Pee Dee. Quick tap from Welsh. Mid slot, Welsh, right circle, Wilson. Could not let it fly. Wilson's got it back now from behind the net. He'll try to center, which he does. It ends up at the left dot. Robinson completely whiffed on his first attempt. Did get the shot off the second time. Babin, though, had more of a chance to get into position to make the save. Robinson down low, Gullo The puck trickles. Salmero with a chance to make a play. 35 seconds to go in the period. A $1.12 on the floor in the core penalty kill in the box. It's Nathan Balkwill. Houston Wilson. Miguel Diaz. He'll stick handle. Thornton walls him off. Gullo behind the net has to contend with Thornton. And Babin makes sure to get his blocker over to the near post. He goes down onto the seat of his pants. That was Robinson who was fighting for position. Now you just hope Trevor Babin okay. He's moving that leg next to his blocker. Perhaps just stretching it out. I believe he said to Miguel Diaz, something of the sort, I am okay. Nicholas Miguel Diaz, the captain of Pee Dee and a pro's pro. He played in Motor City with the Rockers 2023-24 season with, you guessed it, Trevor Babin. It's their former teammates. Dominic Marcinkiewicz, high slot, light call. Man, Pee Dee keeps whiffing on shots. It's like the fourth or fifth one in the last 2-3 minutes. 4 seconds to go in the period. Patrick Marcinkiewicz leaves it off. Shot from Frolov, deflection, and Babin closes it up. Oh my. Dangerous moments for the River Dragons at the horn. Trevor Babin keeping his team in this one with a shorthanded save at the final buzzer. Columbus will be shorthanded for 41 seconds when we begin the third. But for right now, as the two teams skate away, we'll send it to a commercial timeout.
You're not.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Here in Florence, South Carolina, it's Liam Gotimer. The score is 4-1 in favor of the IceCats. 17 minutes, 50 seconds until the puck drops on the third. Columbus will be shorthanded for 41 ticks when the final frame begins. But before we get you there, allow me to break down the hockey game up to this point. It has not been Columbus's night. The first goal of the game was scored at 7:14. It was Patrick Marcinkevich's, number 27, his 35th goal of the season, tying himself at that point with Tyler Barrow, who would untie those two later in the period, but in due time. Patrick Marcinkevich's goal, it was an individual effort, which he found in the back of the net, past Trevor Babin. It came at even strength, and the home side was up 1-0. At 18:24, the River Dragons would tie the score. Tyler Barrow, number 8, his 36th goal of the year, his 92nd point, assisted by Justin Somero, number 23, who is back in the River Dragons starting lineup after Mike Wynn is day-to-day as a result of an injury he sustained last weekend. The secondary assist went to Cody Wickline, number 10. So the only goal for Columbus at 18:24 of the first, Tyler Barrow from Justin Somero and Cody Wickline. With 54 seconds to go in the opening frame, it would be Benjamin Pismenti, number 28. The former River Dragon, he would score his first as an IceCat in his second game, assisted by Drew Welsh and number 19 for Pee Dee, that being Nick Gullo. So it was 2-1 IceCats after the Horn completed the opening period of play at the Florence Center. In the second, that's when the IceCats would really open this one up. They would take a commanding 2-goal advantage at 8:28 when Nicholas McGill-Diaz, the captain for Pee Dee, he would break loose past the Columbus defense and chip a puck upstairs past Trevor Babin. It was 3-1. Then, less than 10 minutes later at 17:01, at even strength, all 4 goals, by the way, for Pee Dee tonight. At even strength, Dominic Marcinkevich's from Houston Wilson and number 13, Alexander Leitkov. That was Houston Wilson with a break. He had to go backhand 5-hole on Babin. Babin made the save, but Dominic Marcinkevich's swept it in to give Pee Dee a 4-1 lead, which they hold right now. Columbus would take a penalty at 18:40 of the second. That was Nathan Balkwell, 2-minute minor for a hook. That's why Pee Dee will be on the power play for 40 seconds when play returns in exactly 15 minutes. The shots on goal leaders, well, for Pee Dee, it's Dominic Marcinkevich's. He's got a goal and 4 shots on goal. For the River Dragons, several players with 2. Ryan Hunter, who also has a crossbar, Ryan Galvin, Nathan Balkwell, and Kyle Moore, number 15, all have 2 shots. Tyler Barrow also with 2 shots. The goaltenders, Trevor Babin has made 21 saves on 25 Pee Dee shots, while Brendan Colgan, 10 for 11. That will really tell the story of the game up to this point. The shots on goal. We saw how stingy Pee Dee was when they were in Columbus in terms of how many chances they allow. Of course, Columbus, a team that thrives on the rush, and those rush chances just not coming often to them. The shots on goal in the first were 16-5 in favor of Pee Dee. In the second, 9-6 IceCats. For the game, 25-11. And the goals reflect the shot total, 4-1. Pee Dee outscored the River Dragons 2-1 in the first, 2-0 in the second. What will the third hold? Does Columbus have a 3-goal comeback up their sleeves? We'll find out in just under 15 minutes. But for right now, another timeout. Then when we come back, I'll take you all on a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the Out of Town Scoreboard presented by Zelmo Zippin.
Dude, it's pickleball.
Sorry, force a habit. That was out.
That was the line.
No, it was out.
That was the line.
Ball doesn't lie. Ball doesn't lie, man.
Are we really about to fight at pickleball?
Respect the sport, man. All day. Good job, man.
are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
You're not the only one.
Food, drinks. You forgot popcorn. Popcorn, please. I'm talking about the family 4-pack.
That's a new play?
Even better. 4 tickets to a River Dragons game, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, 4 hot dogs, 4 sodas, 4 popcorns, all for just 40 bucks. Boom!
Did somebody say boom? Coach, can families run that play too? Only if they act fast. Clock's ticking.
The family 4-pack, 4 tickets, 40 bucks. We'll see you at the rink. Let's go, Dragons.
A warm welcome back to the River Dragons Broadcast Network. 10 minutes, 45 seconds until the puck drops on the third. River Dragons trail 4-1. Their only goal tonight to Tyler Barrow, his league-leading 36th goal of the campaign. And with that, let's take you all on a drive around the Federal Prospects Hockey League. It's the Out-of-Town Scoreboard, presented by our friends over at Zelmo Zippin. The first game, it's Binghamton and Port Huron. Why is this game important? Well, these two teams play in the FPHL, so it is kind of important. But Binghamton has 2 goals, neither of which off the stick of CJ Stubbs, which means Tyler Barrow all alone atop the league leading goals. Elsewhere, the Watertown Wolves and the Danbury Hat-Tricks, it's 1-1 in the second. That game's been tight all the way through. The Topeka Scarecrows taking on the Indiana Sentinels. Topeka has a 3-1 lead. That game also in the middle frame. Blue Ridge just keeps on adding on. 6-0 on home ice, taking on the Biloxi Breakers. When that place gets rocking, that being the Hitachi Energy Arena, not the biggest building in the FPHL, but Bobcats certainly know how to use it to their advantage. River Dragons with no. Blue Ridge took Columbus down a couple of times in Wytheville earlier this season. The game everybody wants to know about, the Twin City Thunderbirds and the Athens Rock Lobsters. Athens ahead 2-1. Take a guess who the goal scorers are for the Rock Lobsters. Gus Ford in his return to Twin City, Winston-Salem. 2 goals already against his former team. 1 on the power play, 1 at even strength. That is a franchise legend playing in his very first game back in the building that he called home for several years. And it's like, didn't even matter. Just another day at the office for Gus Ford. The final game outside of the River Dragons and the IceCats to tell you all about, that's Monroe and Baton Rouge on the Bayou, 1-0. The Moccasins ahead of the Zydeco. Of course, the River Dragons will see Monroe 4 more times this season. The River Dragons schedule after tonight, well, they face Pee Dee, of course, tomorrow and Sunday. Then just 1 game next week, a road matchup with Athens. The following week, 2 more with Monroe on home ice. Then the club travels to Monroe, Louisiana to take on the Moccasins for one final tune-up before the playoffs. then it's the real deal before the playoffs begin. The regular season finale will be on the 10th and 11th at the Columbus Civic Center. April 11th, by the way, your last chance at the family 4-pack deal. 4 tickets, 4 hot dogs, 4 Pepsi drinks, 4 Chick-fil-A entrees, $40. Best deal I've ever seen. Take advantage. There will be commercials all throughout the broadcast. But that's what the rest of the regular season slate looks like for the River Dragons. And prior to that, your out-of-town scoreboard. A special thank you, as always, to Zelmo Zipper. The Continental, led by the Rock Lobsters, beginning play tonight. 5 points ahead of Monroe. Moccasins and the Rock Lobsters both with games in hand over Columbus, so catching second or first place, while a possibility, not a likely scenario. Pee Dee is in 4th, Twin City in 5th, Baton Rouge in 6th, Biloxi in 7th. Of course, the top 4 teams qualify for the playoffs. The Empire, Binghamton, 116 points. I mean, my oh my. They look like they're heading towards another 3, up 2-0. That game in the second period against the Prowlers. Speaking of the Prowlers, they're trailing the Binghamton Black Bears, 84 points. Let me do some quick math here. 32 points, 16 plus 16, that's easy. Topeka in 3rd, Blue Ridge is in 4th. Blue Ridge can match Topeka if both of those scores hold. They're tied in standings points entering play tonight. Both teams with a lead. Blue Ridge with a bit more commanding of an advantage than Topeka has. Danbury is in 5th on the outside looking in, while in 6th Watertown, and then 7th Indiana. The intermission continuing here at the Florence Center. I'll be right back.
Dude, it's pickleball.
Sorry, force a habit. That was out.
That was the line.
No, it was out.
That was the line.
Ball doesn't lie. Ball doesn't lie, man.
Are we really about to fight at pickleball?
Respect the sport, man. All day. Good job, man.
You're not the only one.
Hey, it's Bill, your foodie guy, and you know I love food, right? So we've teamed up with Mike and Ed's Barbecue in Columbus on Schaumburg Road and our friends at Pepsi Buffalo Rock to create $1 Wing Wednesday. Look what I've got here. I've got a pile of wings, I've got my celery, and I've got my free Pepsi. I'll see you at Mike and Ed's on Schaumburg Road in Columbus. $1 Wing Wednesday. See you there.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with the...
Back here in Florence, Liam Gotimer here with you, your play-by-play broadcaster. Are you looking to upgrade your game day experience at home? Well, now is your chance. Enter for a shot at the Ultimate TV Prize Pack, featuring a 75-inch TV sponsored by our friends over at Beam, a team autographed hockey stick, and 4 prime level tickets to a River Dragons regular season home game. And the best part, Every ticket helps make a difference. All proceeds benefit Project Greenlight, supporting local foster children and at-risk families right here in our community. So scan that QR code, grab your raffle ticket today, support a great cause, and you could walk away with a massive prize, quite literally. But don't wait, the raffle closes on the 16th. And River Dragons fans, how would you like to take home a real piece of the action? For just $10, the actual jersey that Trevor Babin is wearing tonight could be yours. Head over to Dash right now to grab your tickets. Scan that QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen to get involved with this amazing activation. And if you want better odds, our $50 tier includes 5 bonus entries, giving you even more chances to win. Don't miss your shot at owning a one-of-a-kind piece of River Dragons history. Be sure to follow us on social media to see if you are the big winner. And remember, the raffle closes on the 16th. The third period begins when we come back.
The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
Columbus, it's time to show your pride with official River Dragons merchandise. Every piece lets you take Columbus hockey with you wherever you go. Stand with your team, show your colors, and bring the energy of the ice to your everyday. Get your River Dragons gear today and wear your loyalty to your club loud and proud. Let's go Dragons!
The River Dragons are back on the ice. The score is 4-1 IceCats, but 20 minutes to turn that all around. 41 seconds, Columbus has remaining on the floor in the core penalty kill. In the penalty box is Nathan Balkwell, one of the penalty killers for Columbus in the box. Nathan Balkwell at a Coldwater, Ontario, playing in his 13th game of the season for the River Dragons. And the key to start off this period, kill off the opening 41 seconds and go from there. I'll quote my good friend and color commentator on home ice, Mike V. Can't get it all back at once. Chip, chip, chip away. The River Dragons in this third period will skate from left to right. The IceCats from right to left. Oh, darn it. I missed it. Doesn't matter. I'll do it anyway. 20 minutes on the clock. Both teams on the sheet. The Columbus River Dragons and the Pee Dee IceCats for the final of 3 regulation periods of hockey tonight. The IceCats skate from right to left. The River Dragons attack from left to right. Ryan Galvin and Dennis Zychik at the center ice face-off logo. The puck is dropped. We are underway. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the third. Pee Dee on the power play for half of a minute. Here's Lykoff. His pass off of the twig of Dominik Marcinkiewicz, who had Scott Doherty bearing down onto him. Dominik Marcinkiewicz will shoot from a sharp angle. He misses the net. He's got it back. He'll switch up with Dennis Zychik. Right circle, Frolov. He'll move it over to the near side circle. Shooting is Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Out of the box comes Balkwell. The floor and decor penalty kill is over. That's a good start. Frolov trying to do it all. He has to contend with the stick lift from Storjohan, who was trailing him. Still did get it deep. We are 60 seconds into the third. On the ice for the River Dragons, it's Cody Wickline, Alex Storjohan, and Tyler Barrow. Brody Thornton on defense with Justin Samaro. Here's Samaro shooting to the net. It winds up onto the stick of Wickline, who gets thrown into the backboards by Miguel Diaz, who has a goal tonight. Here's Barrow from the right circle, the left circle. That was blocked in front. Barrow one more time, off of the twig of Welsh. Shooting is Samaro. That's waffle boarded away by Colgan. Wickline from below the goal line. Robinson tries the defensive play, and he has support in Nick Gullo. Welsh will shoot easily, stick to side by Babin. Throwing the body is Robinson, but Barrow will start it up. Here's Brody Thornton with speed. Dropped it back. We have an offside. It's a tough call to make with the River Dragons controlling the pace of play. It's a 50-50 offside call. New set of players on the ice for the River Dragons. Jemayev, Moore, and Hunter. Della Savita does get it past the line. Jemayev touched it, which means it's offside.
Offside River Dragons.
Jemayev didn't even have a chance on that faceoff. Didn't move from the dot. Where's the A on his sweater? He'll take the draw outside of the blue line and get an actual opportunity to win the puck back, and no, he won't. Gets replaced by Kyle Moore, who will now take the draw against Zajic. More of a delay. Now Moore and Jemayev switch again. Moore talking to the linesman. Jemayev lines up next to Frolov. Kyle Moore not happy. Can we please drop this puck? The linesman does. Columbus corrals onside, and Colgan makes a 5-hole save on the Hunter. Frolov will maneuver the biscuit past Kirk Underwood. Off of the high glass it goes. On the chase is Hunter. Colgan calling for an icing. He's not going to get one. So Razulov has to move it along, and it's deflected between the legs of Patrick Smarcinkevics out to center. Jemayev comes right back in. Alongside him is Moore. He's hauled down. He looks to the referee, who is looking right back at him, and no arm was raised. Moore picks his twig up. He smacks it on to the sheet, and he'll go off. We'll make that 2 shifts from 2 different forward lines producing offensively. Even if you don't come back and win this game, that bodes well for tomorrow, as Scaldi, a backhander, nearly found Galvin in stride. Make it a 3rd straight line generating in the offensive zone. Patakin pinches up. Lightcov, though, will speed right past him. Doherty trying to help out Lair Patakin, which he does. Now Galvin off of the pass from Colton. Hustling after it is Scaldi. No icing as a result of Scaldi's hustle. Wilson will move it away from Scaldi onto the stick of Bedard. Scaldi tried to get physical with Wilson, who shoved him down. Here's Lightcov. Wilson to the backhand. Delayed penalty upcoming on the River Dragons. At least I think this is on Columbus. And it is. It's on Lair Patakin. Big moment in this game. The River Dragons have not given up a power play goal tonight. The penalty is 2 minutes for a hook. On to Patakin, who wears number 36. So Welsh, the clean zone entry. He'll take a bump from Thornton. Storjahan can't whack it past Houston Wilson, who gets the keep. Miguel Diaz Wilson, he'll twirl. He's met by Thornton. Active with his stick is Storjohan, but the puck kept in by Robinson and the IceCats, and a pad save made by Babin. Robinson again, high slot Wilson. He missed high glove side. Left point McGill Diaz, right dot Wilson, blocker save Babin. Halfway through the foreign decor penalty kill, Houston Wilson will slip by a few. He winds up in the slot, and Brody Thornton made sure to poke check it away. He went on the rush in case Barrow wanted to send it his direction, but Barrow does not. He'll pull back. He'll clear it himself after killing off an additional 10 to 15 seconds. River Dragons shorthanded for a second time here in this third period. Of course, Columbus killed the remainder of the Nathan Balkwell penalty taken at the end of the second, at the beginning of the frame. Now with a fresh player in the box, that's Lair Patakin, only 20 seconds left on his infraction as a one-timer goes off of the post from Dominik Marcinkiewicz. That was a big blast, it struck iron. Here's Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Goal line, Legkov. Zaitchik, bottom of the circle. Left point, Marcinkiewicz. Zaitchik, goal line, across, swinging and missing is Dominik Marcinkiewicz. Patakin out of the box, into the defensive zone. Frolov to the net. Babin doesn't know where it is. And it winds up below the goal line. Patakin will whack it, not out. Kept in by Pee Dee. This unit on the ice for the River Dragons outside of Lair Patakin. Tired. Patakin tries to ride his man down, but Legkov stays on his skates. Finally, the puck bleeds past Della Savita, who is waiting at the point, and it turns into an icing on Columbus. I mean. Let's go to immediate timeout.
It doesn't get an off day, does it?
Neither do the standards. Getting here is part of the job.
Staying ready is the rest.
Ice looks good today.
Doesn't matter if it's the road, the rink, or the grind. You need something that shows up every time.
Longevity?
Season after season.
Mileage? All day, every day.
Kind of young sung hero, huh?
Same reason people trust us. Toyota, reliable wherever the grind takes you.
The River Dragons staying alive here in Florence. Down but not out, 4-1 the score. You get one past Brendan Colgan before the 10-minute mark is reached. You give yourself more than a bit of life in this hockey game. As Trevor Babin getting attended to by the athletic trainer, shaking out that left leg. Remember, Babin was in an awkward position when making a save in the second period. Wondered if there was any residual effects. Here's hoping that was just a stretch of the leg and nothing more. Jemayev on the ice with Hunter and Kyle Moore. And really, hockey's such a game of inches, right? Because the River Dragons went to the power play in the second period, well within striking distance. Hunter hit a crossbar as there's a save made by Colgan. Rebound popped all the way out. Then the IceCats come the other direction, get a goal from their captain, and then another to make it 4-1. Columbus has found their legs here in the third, though. Shot from the line, that's Colton. Razulov gets his body in the way, and he'll whack it north. A quick note on Timur Razulov. He's a Russian defenseman, 36 years old for Pee Dee. 46th game of the season tonight. 28 points for him. Every single one of them assists. As Doherty and Della Savita exchanging pleasantries. I don't think that's about Della Savita would like. Reminder, fans, that coverage of tomorrow night's game begins at 6:45 p.m. right here on the River Dragons Broadcast Network. Still 12:56 to play tonight. In regulation time, that is. Zajic wins it back. Bedard does not ice it. River Dragons not getting the benefit of any 50-50 calls tonight. As the puck comes dangerously in front of Colgan, he made sure to maintain his position. As meanwhile, Frolov, he does not hit the net. The River Dragons will chip it out. It's Doherty with Galvin. Doherty, left side, delayed penalty here on Pee Dee. Colgan makes the save, and he gets shoved into the back of the net, and this will create a kerfuffle. Scaldi and Frolov have each other in a hug. Now Galvin and Xavier Abdella. Doherty ready to drop the gloves with anybody who wants to. And we are gonna have a fight, here we go. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time! Skates Scaldi and Vadim Frolov. Frolov, 6'1", 202 pounds. Skates Scaldi, 6'0", 170 pounds. And that was not much of a fight, that was a wrestling match. Colgan definitely took a little bit extra there. I'm not sure if it was a River Dragon that had forced him back into his net. But as I said so many times this year, whenever the goaltender is messed with, you know that's going to get a rise out of the opponent, and it did. Columbus, on the contrary, had Scott Doherty and Skate Scaldi out there. Ryan Galvin got into it as well with Xavier Abdella. Right now, Scaldi sitting in the box. We'll see if this turns into a man advantage for the River Dragons. It just might.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Back here in Florence, I have no more answers for you than I did before the commercial timeout. I'm sorry. No penalties added to the board, nor the score sheet. Trevor Babin continuing to stretch next to the Columbus bench, just outside of the viewfinder on your screen. Brendan Colgan, he is A-OK. After getting crashed into himself. There's still a huddle ongoing. For Brendan Colgan, was a River Dragon in the 2022-23 season, 23-24 year. 3 wins and 4 appearances with the IceCats since joining the team. Nicholas McGill-Diaz and Kirk Underwood getting the explanation from the official. The players in the box, Vadim Frolov for Pee Dee, Skate Scaldi for the River Dragons. There's Scaldi, recently cut his hair. Still nothing has come across the score sheet. There was a delayed penalty on Pee Dee. Before that all transpired. And I know it's not directly a result of the last play. Trevor Babin's still getting checked out for quite a while. You just have to wonder if that's something with that right leg. Jacob Snellenberg is the backup. Tyler Roy is not dressed tonight, according to head coach Jerome Boom Boom Bichard. Roy will start tomorrow. It will either be Babin or Snellenberg on Sunday afternoon. Babin well enough to stay in the game, but with frequent visits to the bench. Lost his balance there for a sec. Now there's a penalty on the board, thank goodness. Charlie Bedard, 2 minutes. But there has to be more than that, no? Skate Scaldi still dealing with stitches above his right eye. So in talking to him this week, he said he really didn't want to engage too much. Did not do so against Monroe on Saturday at all. And had not done so tonight, and didn't look like he wanted to get involved until Pee Dee forced the issue. So this penalty to Charlie Bedard, only the second penalty of the game on Pee Dee. Now it has come off of the board. There has to be a penalty on the IceCats. The arm was raised before the initial shot even came to Colgan. And if you net a goal and make this a 2-tally score at the 10-minute mark, you give yourself a fighting chance, and Trevor Babin is coming out of this game. Jacob Snellenberg is making his professional debut. Babin out, Snellenberg in. Congratulations to Jacob Snellenberg, that's quite a moment. He's an awesome guy. It's been great getting to know him. I'm happy that he has this opportunity, but not under this circumstance. You could just tell that Trevor Babin, something was up, and you know, you're down 3 goals. You put the player's health first. I agree with that call. So a quick note on Snellenberg, 24 years old, out of Meadowbrook, Pennsylvania. Played at the University of Delaware. Had some excellent numbers over there. Snellenberg for the River Dragons. Not the biggest goaltender, 5'11", 170 pounds. Unreal, we are skating 5-on-5. Wow. Disappointing to say the least. To say the least. So do we have anything? We definitely have something, but I don't even think the PA announcer knows. Welsh in the corner. Marcinkiewicz to the front. And how about Snellenberg with the save? And he gloves down the rebound. Goodness gracious. 3 minor penalties on skate Scaldi. Come on.
For your IceCats, number 18, Florence. 2 minutes for roughing, 2 minutes for sportsman, and 10 minutes for continuing altercation.
So a power play for the River Dragons negated. Here's Patrick Marcinkiewicz turning and shooting, and Snellenberg makes the save. So here are the penalties. Hopefully they have come across onto the score sheet, which they have. It's skate Scaldi, 2-minute minor for goaltender interference, and roughing taken at 7:35. Wickline off to the races with Storjahan. Miguel Diaz made the defensive recovery. And it's a hooking minor on Charlie Bedard. Frolov also gets a roughing minor. So no loss of manpower on the ice. Snellenberg last year, or this year I should say, for the University of Delaware. 14-9-3, 2.97 goals against average, and a .908 save percentage. He's consistently had a save percentage above .905 during his collegiate career. And now he has turned pro with the River Dragons. Kyle Moore off the high glass. Ryan Hunter after it. Moore behind him, we'll work it in. 11-12 left to go. Wilson at center. He'll turn to the left. Now to the middle. Dangle around Colton. Pirouette at the wall. Take a bump. And Kyle Moore, patient with it. He'll throw a shove up high onto Razulov, and that's going to be a penalty on Kyle Moore. They're going to get Moore for interference here. And Moore's done. Moore's been kicked out. The referee had just a little bit too much of Kyle Moore. And head coach Bichard has been kicked out too. Or is he just skating over to plead his case? Head coach Bichard is out of the game. Both he and Kyle Moore have been kicked out. And head coach Bichard is not going anywhere. He's standing right outside of the glass, and he's going to watch as a fan. I like my job, and I'm not going to say anything to jeopardize it. I don't just like my job. I love it. But the guys in stripes tonight, yep. It's been a night. Certainly has been an evening. That's all I got for you. I mean, all you can do is laugh and just turn the page to tomorrow. I mean, this game not over, but now the club does not have their head coach, does not have one of their veterans in Kyle Moore, and their starting goaltender tonight, Trevor Babin. So it's an uphill climb for Columbus. We'll see what the penalties exactly are on the coach and Kyle Moore. Justin Samaro will go to the box and serve the penalty to Moore, which I believe was interference. This has been a doozy tonight. 2 minutes for roughing and a 10-minute misconduct. He's out of the game anyway. Columbus on the Florin Decor penalty kill as they score. Pee Dee makes it 5-1 with a power play goal. Kirk Underwood and Nathan Balkwill come over to Jacob Snellenberg, give the goaltender fist bumps. I gotta say, Jacob Snellenberg made a few outstanding denials before giving up his first, and you know, a net front feed like that, never going to be easy, sliding from side to side and keeping the puck out. Head coach Pichard has not been kicked out of the game. He just went over to the corner and had a word with his player, and now he's back on the bench. So my apologies for my speculation. But Kyle Moore is done. Head coach Pichard's back on the bench. It's good to see him. Patrick Marcinkiewicz gets the goal. Assisted by Dominics. So the River Dragons down 5-1. Here's Kirk Underwood, number 11, and Colgan closes up shop. It's a 4-goal lead for Pee Dee. And you know, Pee Dee was ready for this one. 4-game week, they already lost one against a team that they could very well match up against in the playoffs. 3 straight against the River Dragons, the team they trail in the standings. Here's Balkwill to the net. Colgan scoops that one up at ice level. Charlie Bedard out of the penalty box. So Zajac inside of his own zone, misses the twig of Patrick Marcinkiewicz, who will now softly tap it back for his defense. That's Razulov and Delasavita. In between the circles in his own end, that was Balkwill who had made the play. Galvin's now got it. Has to turn away from Patrick Marcinkiewicz, but does not have a lot of room. Finally, Balkwill will move it up. Right wing side, Doherty. Now over to the left, it's Galvin who gains the line. There's a shoulder thrown by Doherty. Marcinkiewicz rink wide onto the stick of Zajac. A give and go from Zajac to Razulov. Zajac's got it back, and he'll lollipop it to the Dragon zone, to the side of Jacob Snellenberg. The only goal tonight for the River Dragons off of the stick, not off of the stick, off the knee, I should say, of Tyler Barrow. Set up by Justin Somero. You know, I got to give credit to Justin Somero. Every single time he's in the lineup. It's great defensively. He helps chip in on the offensive side. A real team guy. Storjahan to the net. Colgan makes the catch despite Wickline in front. We'll be right back to the Florence Center.
Dad, are we there yet?
Not even close.
Sweet.
Have we gone too far? Maybe, but life's too short not to.
The Subaru Forester Hybrid, 581 miles per tank. Love goes the extra mile.
Imagine a life-changing injury. Imagine the fear and unknown. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team, the only physicians in the area with advanced certification in orthopedic sports medicine, treats sports injuries with innovative techniques. The Houston Clinic has helped nearly 1 million athletes live without pain. Imagine getting back in the game. Imagine the best game of your life. The Houston Clinic Sports Medicine Team.
A somber Sweet Caroline for all us River Dragons fans. I'm singing along in my head, but not with a lot of joy. Columbus down 5-1. 8:49 on the clock. The first of 3 between the Dragons and the IceCats. Draw win from Storjahan. Thornton to the back. Barrow, slap shot. Kick save, Colgan. Here's Samaro right side. Comes to the line. Thornton into the mesh. Despite Colgan not seeing much of that bid from Brody. At this time, I'd like to thank the entire Pee Dee IceCats production staff for providing me with a clean feed tonight. Appreciate that. There's been several upgrades to the Florence Center since I was last here. They have a Jumbotron, which is spectacular. A little more bright in here than it was. And something that hasn't changed, the fans. They come out in droves to support their team. You gotta love it. Wickline all alone, he scores! Don't go anywhere yet. Cody Wickline has scored the second goal of the game for your Columbus River Dragons. And perhaps does it take just one to break through? Well, one more than you had before, that is. So for Cody Wickline, number 10, that is his 13th goal of the season and his 42nd point. An IceCat goes down, no penalty. The puck to the side of Snellenberg. Abdullah will move it into the River Dragons zone. Patakin will overtake. Taking up the ice off the leg of Underwood, who will chase. Underwood playing up front on this shift with Jemayev and Hunter. Here's Jemayev picking up a loose puck. He'll hustle over to the near wall. He'll keep it moving for Underwood, who comes out from behind the net. And that's a penalty on Pee Dee. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm just saying, this game's not over. That's 2 minutes. For you can't do that to Charlie Bedard. A power play goal here, and things get mighty interesting. It's 2 minutes for tripping. It's a hold, excuse me. Not a trip, a hold on Charlie Bedard. Underwood has trouble with the puck behind the net. It's his opposite number, and Dominic Smarcinkevics looking to create. The IceCats have no problem keeping the puck away from the River Dragons. Danger ensues when Columbus is able to set up. And Dominic Smarcinkevics makes sure, at least for another 20 to 25 seconds or so, the River Dragons still aren't able to do that. Here's Barrow, right wing side. What a pass! Storjahan, high slot, he scores! .6:52 to play. It's 5-3. A Publix power play goal from Alex Storjahan. Okay, 6:52 to go. Ryan Galvin and Dennis Zychik, or excuse me, Nick Gullo at the center ice logo. This is Liam Gotimer saying, it's go time on the final 6:52. Columbus with some jump to their game. There's a hit, and the door opens up in the offensive zone of the River Dragons. Columbus was about to get set up in the attacking end, and man, the IceCats get a real fortuitous whistle thanks to a door opening up. The ice is tilted. Stefanini with a huge draw. He ties his man up, allows Galvin to fight for it against Miguel Diaz, who falls down. 6:35 to go. The score 5-3. Cody Wickline and Alex Storjahan lighting the lamp here in the third. We have another stop, and we have a pane of glass, perhaps? With an issue? No, I believe a hand pass may be called. Reminder that Trevor Babin is no longer in this game. It's Jacob Snellenberg. The faceoff will come to Snellenberg's glove side. Snellenberg backed up the previous 2 games for the River Dragons. There's another tie-up in the dot. Stefanini 2 times in a row. Once in the offensive zone, once in the defensive zone. Just getting physical with his man. Now he'll beat out a potential icing and try to set up Doherty, who's in front of the net. Colgan drops the puck. Oh my goodness. Patrick Marcinkiewicz will just get it out. And we have an offside at the line. 6:05 left. Not a ton of time, but definitely enough. Kyle Moore given a 10-minute misconduct. Just past the 11-minute mark, or 9-minute mark, I should say. 11 minutes left to go here in the third period. Can Jemayev one-handed deep? No. It'll be Zychik who will go over to the left. Patrick Marcinkiewicz. Underwood, how about that play? Underwood patient with it. Colton will whack it, far wing. Ryan Hunter gets it in. Colgan from behind his net. He'll spin and send over into the far corner. Patrick Marcinkiewicz maneuvers the biscuit softly, flubbing the pass is Zychik, so he'll try the other side for Della Savita, who will get it out to neutral, deflected along by Patrick Marcinkiewicz before going off for a line change. And on to the tape of Snellenberg with 5:25 to go. Here's Jemayev fighting through a check. He and Hunter lined up behind the goal. Underwood takes a hit to the back from Robinson. And Benjamin Pizzamenti will deflect it into the offensive zone. Snellenberg stops it down. The goals for the River Dragons. First it was Cody Wickline at 11:26, assisted by Brody Thornton and Tyler Barrow at even strength. Then at 13:08, Alex Storjahan from Tyler Barrow and Ryan Hunter on the power play. Barrow, so good. 3-point night. So Benjamin Pizzamenti at the top, our old friend. Right circle, Gullo. He's shadowed by Storjahan. Gullo, a hard-working forward, that's for sure. Pizzamenti to the net. Blockered away. Gloved down by Barrow in the defensive zone. Samaro's now got it on his stick. He'll bank it off of the near boards, and now a 2-on-1. It's Wickline with Barrow. Wickline, Barrow! And he got his stick tied up. He had a wide open net. We have a delayed penalty on the River Dragons. Oh, how fast things change. A 2-on-1 to perhaps bring the game to a 1-goal score, then a delayed penalty. And Lykov will keep the puck away from the River Dragons for as long as possible. Here's Patrick Marcinkiewicz shooting. Hit a body out in front. Winds up onto the stick of Houston Wilson. That's not good for Columbus. Precious time coming off of the clock. Hamilton left point. Down the boards, Laikov. In some space. He nearly put it in his own net. It goes all the way down. Barrow on the chase. River Dragons really need a touch. The net is empty for Pee Dee. They still do not get a touch. Dominic Marcinkiewicz crisscrosses in over the attacking line, offside. 3:38 left to go. Columbus, though, will be penalized for 2 minutes. When we come back. Tyler Barrow in the penalty box for 2 minutes. River Dragons to the floor in the core penalty kill, and now their chances of coming back in this game largely hinges on a shorthanded goal as Snellenberg, a glove grab. Solid save there from Snellenberg. Good vision in the crease. False start on the draw. There's been a lot of those tonight. So Razulov left point. There's an active stick from Colton. Now the question is, how aggressive do you necessarily get while shorthanded? There's your answer. Brody Thornton steps up. Needs to get his skate to the blue line, so it remains onside. He does. Colton shoots. Save made by Colgan. That was Colgan on Colton. Couple of COLs coming together. We have an IceCat down in a ton of pain. That is Patrick Marcinkiewicz, I believe, and play blown dead. Patrick Marcinkiewicz, helmet off. And now Scott Doherty and Dominic Marcinkiewicz. Of course, Dominic does not like to see his twin brother in discomfort. I did not see what happened. Whatever had transpired was away from the play. But Patrick Marcinkiewicz is not doing too well, and now he's back up on his skates. Hope he's all right. The Latvian forward will go to the dressing room, and he'll rush off. It must have involved Scott Doherty, I suppose. He's being skated away from the conversation between McGill Diaz and Underwood by one of the linesmen. He's not being led towards the box. Now the ref's hearing it from the fans here at the Florence Center. This has been a wild one tonight for many reasons. This should remain 5-on-4. I don't necessarily see what extra is needed out of this. So 5-on-4, we skate. Yes? Yes. Every River Dragon on their skates on the bench. But the best player for the Pee Dee IceCats in the locker room is Patrick's Marcinkiewicz. His brother Dominic's not on the ice for this shift. PD still on the power play for 58 seconds. And will that injury drain a little bit of the life out of the IceCats? As a slapper from Underwood, and he nearly caught Colgan by surprise. Here is Hunter shorthanded. Storjahan hustles to the spot. Skate to stick, Underwood, he'll shoot. Save made, rebound comes out. Houston Wilson trouble with it. Turning and shooting is Underwood, who's had a sensational third period. He hit the netting. It's good to see Kirk Underwood playing up front again. Of course, he's so valuable on the back end and as a forward. Had a 2-goal game in this building on October the 11th. River Dragons shorthanded for another 32 ticks. It'll be a defensive zone face-off for Wickline. He's got Colton right behind him. Wickline wins it to the side. That will allow Della Savita to go below the goal line. Zajic on the backhand, he'll whip it across. Razulov, Della Savita, off of the stick of Welsh. Dominic's Marcinkiewicz left it behind. Wickline and Jemayev connect with him. I don't like the keep away, to be honest, especially when you're on the power play. As Dominic's Marcinkiewicz misses glove side. So Abdella. Behind the net. This is clear-cut keep away if I've ever seen it. Welsh turns it over though to Samaro. Will go behind the net for Hunter, who will reach and pick it up. Left point, Thornton. Samaro right point to the net. Blocked by Storjahan, who I believe had inadvertently gotten out of the way. Gotten in the way, I should say, as Storjahan shoots, looking for his second of the period. That time, Storjahan closes the pads. .58 seconds left. Tyler Barrow back on the ice. The net is empty. So the River Dragons skating 6-on-5 here. Snellenberg out of the net. Wickline cannot come away with the puck on the face-off, and it's tossed from one goal line to the other. It's the easiest icing that linesman's ever going to call down in his career. I just don't see why, if you're PD, you're going to give a team like the River Dragons more and more life by just shooting for an empty net while icing is a possibility. 50 seconds, not a lot of time, but again, enough. Barrow against Zajic, the two number 8s, far side faceoff circle. He wins it back. Thornton maintains possession. High slot, Hunter on the backhand. Colgan catches it. That save by Colgan, perhaps the biggest of the night for number 35. There was a lot of traffic. Hunter just didn't have enough time to pull that to the forehand necessarily. 43 seconds left. The net is empty. Samaro dives on top of the puck. He'll move it over to the wing, but Houston Wilson will shoot to the empty net and miss. It's another icing. At this point, the River Dragons will take it. They are not calling the faceoff to center ice. Oh, goodness. Referee is going to say that one is deflected, and list goes on and on and on and on and on. Barrow against Gullo. Barrow tripped up on the faceoff. We got a call? Nope, no, no. It's been that kind of night. Snellenberg out of the net. The IceCats fans can feel it. From the corner, Dominic Smarcinkiewicz. Shooting is Hamilton. He hit the post. Barrow is up the ice waiting for a breakaway pass, but Razulov whacks it the other direction. 10 seconds left. Here's Barrow with one last chance. Tries to thread it through a couple of sticks. Colgan gets the last touch outside of Hamilton, and this game is over. The IceCats win this one by a final score of 5-3. These two teams will be back in action once again tomorrow night. Same time, same place. A quick recap, though, of tonight's contest before we let you go. The first goal of the game was scored by Patrick Smarcinkiewicz at 7:14 of the first. The River Dragons would tie the game at 18:24 of the opening frame. It would be Tyler Barrow. That would be Columbus's only goal until 11:26 of the third, when Cody Wickline would score, then Alex Dorjahan would score, making what was a 5-1 game 5-3. The River Dragons' comeback, though, did fall short by the time regulation had come to a close. The shots on goal in the first period, 16-5, Pee Dee. In the second, 20-6, IceCats. In the third, the River Dragons gained a measure of revenge, 12-5. For the game, 41-23, Pee Dee outshoots Columbus. The IceCats scored 2 goals to the River Dragons 1 in the first. They outscore Columbus 2-0 in the second. And the River Dragons put 2 past Brendan Colgan in the third, while Pee Dee found the back of the net once against Jacob Snellenberg in the final frame. The goaltenders grabbing the win in between the pipes. He's now got 4 wins and 5 starts with Pee Dee. That's Brendan Colgan, the former Dragon, 20 out of 23 tonight. While on the other side for the River Dragons, it's Trevor Babin who takes the loss. He gives up 4 of the 5 goals. Snellenberg gives up 1. 35 saves for Trevor Babin. With the defeat, the River Dragons fall to a record of 25-14, 4-3-1. They remain at 87 points, 3rd place in the Continental Division. They have lost 1 game in a row, while Pee Dee improves to 20-21, 4-1-0. They have earned points 64, 65, and 66 in the standings. They trail the River Dragons by 21 points. They remain in that 4th and final playoff spot in the Continental Division. Trevor Babin left the game. I will try to find out a reason why, but he was stretching out his left leg during a couple of the timeouts. Maybe that's why, maybe it's not. But wish all the best for Trevor Babin and hope to see him back soon. A special congratulations to Jacob Snellenberg, number 30, who makes his professional debut tonight. Congratulations, Jacob. You, my friend, were outstanding. Patrick Smarcinkiewicz, the leading goal getter in the entire FPHL. Left the game early after crashing into the end boards. Hope he is all right. We'll keep an eye on his status ahead of tomorrow as well. Fans, before I let you go, this is a reminder that you can scan the QR code and get in on a massive prize thanks to our friends over at Beam, with all proceeds benefiting Project Greenlight. Scan that QR code, a signed stick, 4 tickets, and a 75-inch TV could be yours. And he didn't finish the game, but his jersey could still be yours. Trevor Babin, scan that QR code in the bottom left-hand corner of your screen. One of the beautiful white uniforms could be yours. Remember, you purchased the $50 tier in terms of the raffle tickets. After scanning that QR code, you get 5 extra entries, which means 5 more chances to win the sweater. Well, for the final time here in Florence, at least for tonight, this is Liam Gotimer saying, until next time, stay safe, stay well, and as always, let's go River Dragons.